ready. This is the broadcast that will talk about open and honest conversations every time we come live. I want you to get ready. Get ready, prepare yourself. Things happen all the time. There's always things coming at us. Get ready, strap your seatbelt on real tight, and get ready because you are embarking in. This is
The Raheen Ashimi Show.
and I want to give homage and pay respect to the singer, the one that did the singing part. Y'all know it wasn't me. It was not me. But the one that did the singing part in that particular opening right there, and that was my beautiful wife of 27 years. I want to say welcome, thank you to her for actually doing that for me. She don't like doing stuff in public like that. She don't like putting herself out there, but she thought enough of me to do that. So she sung that part for me. So I'm grateful for that. Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, and good morning, everybody. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to another episode, brand new year. But we're gonna start off the year not with the morning glow. We're gonna start off this year, just for today, with the Raheen Ashimi show. Now, this is the Raheen Ashimi show, and we have a lot more liberties on the Raheen Ashimi show than we do on the morning glow. We loosen up a little bit on the Raheen Ashimi show, a little more than we do on the morning glow. So it's gonna be very interesting how we're starting this year off. I wasn't gonna do this, but I'm gonna tell y'all something. I wasn't gonna do this. I was gonna take the day off and I was gonna sleep it in this morning. But I had a brother that means so much to me, man. Come to me and say, look here, go ahead and do it. As a matter of fact, don't do the morning glow. Do the Raheen Ashimi show as your first show of the year. And because of the fact that I take what this brother says to me in such high regards, I'm here this morning. So I want to say thank you for him for doing that for me and for light putting that light in me. Because like I said, man, I was gonna be in the bed sleep. I was gonna be sleep this morning, sleeping. And so wise man, good morning. This is my brother from another mother, but we got the same father. Toussaint, are you there, sir?
Yes, sir, man. I tell you what, I like that. The right boy.
Well, she did it. I said, baby, no. I said, come on, baby, do that for me. And she did that, man. She did that. She don't like when I put her out there like that. My wife, she has a beautiful singing voice, man, and I tell her all the time. See, I'm gonna go ahead and tell the truth. This is the first day of the year, so I'm gonna start the year off with nothing but truth. Toussaint, I know this is gonna shock you, man. I know you're surprised when I say this, but Toussaint, I can't sing.
No.
Toussaint, look here, brother. I can't sing, man. I'm gonna go ahead and tell you, I can't sing. Mm-hmm.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. I don't know if you did that. You used to. Yeah. One time you sang that song. It's kind of wake up everybody. And
Wake up, everybody. No more sleeping in bed. No more backward thinking. Time for thinking ahead. The world made so many. Go ahead. Go ahead. I ain't gonna give you still. I'm ready. Go
well,
ahead.
the thing about it is right here. You got the word. You got the words right.
The melody, the key, the pitch, and everything is totally off. But but the words was good. The words was good. I give you an E for effort on the words, but you everything else, brother, you failed. You
You got the words right.
hey, hey, Toussaint, I ain't fooling with you this morning, man.
I'm
I ain't
sorry.
fooling with you.
I'm sorry.
I ain't fooling with
You,
you. But
I
I want
woke
to.
up because I told you to wake up, and you woke me up.
Hey, that's I wasn't gonna put you out there like that, man. But look here, show this. Look here, man. Get up and do it regular time in the morning. I said, man, you sure? Yeah, man. Yeah, get on up. Because I'm gonna tell you something. We had a beautiful. Well, I say we. I put myself in there like I was like I was a part of it. But you all had a beautiful prayer, bringing in the new year last night, man. Bringing in the new year in prayer. That was beautiful, and the people that you had on there was absolutely amazing, man. I really enjoyed it. And but after that, it was like, it's time to go to bed. It's like 1 o'clock my time. It's like 1:15, whatever it is, my time. So
No.
I'm sleepy. I'm tired. I don't but man, Tucson, he did say, "Go ahead on, y'all. Go ahead on, go ahead and do it." And blase blase. So here we are. Here we are, and y'all got to thank Tucson for that, man. And like I say, because of the fact that it came from him, had it came from anybody else, I said, nah, man, we're gonna sit it out. But because it came from that brother right there, but that's my big brother, man. I gotta listen to what he tell me, man. Don't tell him I said that. But I gotta. That's my big brother, man. I gotta. When he tell me something, I'm gonna listen to what he say to me because I know he ain't gonna tell me nothing wrong. I have enough confidence in him that he ain't gonna tell me. I know he ain't gonna tell me nothing wrong. And so he tell me drive down that road right there. I'm gonna drive down that road.
You better make sure I travel that road already.
Hey,
Be
you know,
lost in Atlanta. Be lost in Atlanta. You
hey, look,
live there.
but too, so I'm gonna tell you something. I still ain't tried the vinegar thing you told me about. No, sir.
I'm
I'm
telling you,
yeah, yeah.
apple cider vinegar. I'm telling you, apple cider vinegar diluted,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
and I don't know if you. Some people can refer to what I'm finna say. You know, ask somebody how to do it that used to that used to do that cocaine. And you
Ah!
do that apple cider vinegar like that. Them sinuses gonna clear up, boy. You gonna say I should have been done that.
Mm-mm. 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 Look here. When you tried, I tried. Like I said,
I
I
done
tried.
tried it.
Mm. How'd it work out for you?
Look, I'd be like,
It still sound a little stuffed up a little bit now.
oh, I didn't do it just now.
Oh, okay. Okay. All good. Tucson, I'm gonna open up the phone lines today because today is the first day of January. And I have a birthday in a couple of days. You have a birthday a few days after that. And so
Yeah,
we both captains. We both captains, right?
yeah,
Yeah.
Capricorn.
Yeah, we both captains. That's right. That's right. And I'm gonna
Yeah.
open up the phone. I'm gonna open up the phone line too. So I'm gonna start off with you though. What is your New Year's resolution, brother? I don't make them. I don't make them. I don't make them because
I
I ain't
don't
gonna lie to
either.
myself. I ain't gonna lie to
Ain't
myself.
no, ain't no use me try it, man. I ain't going to no way. All of the what you call it, them gyms,
Yeah,
them
yeah.
fitness
Fitness.
program. I ain't finna join none of them.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I
Mm-hmm.
said that before, and I ain't did it yet.
Exactly. Exactly. And so
They got some $10 a month. I ain't doing it. Nope.
and I'm gonna tell you something. I call them folks, man, and that $10 a month ain't all that they say it is, man. You know, they got
No, it ain't.
all kind of hidden fees in there too now. So you know, when they advertise $10 a month, yeah, you're paying $10 a month once you get past the initial payments and all this initial stuff that they throwing at you. So I'm here to I'm gonna bust their little bubble right now. So if people thinking that you're gonna go join that gym for just $10, just $10. When you go in there, say the Raheen Ashimi show said, y'all gonna charge me more money. So when you sit down, when they're gonna sit you down, they're gonna make you real comfortable. They probably gonna give you a little tour around the place, make it real look real good. They're gonna sell it to you. They're gonna sell
Yeah.
it to you. They're gonna sell it to you real good. But then when it come time for the actual, when you sit down, say, look here, say the Raheen Ashimi show, they're gonna say, who are that? Don't worry about it. He told me y'all gonna charge me more than $10. Now, how much y'all gonna charge me? Tell me right now how much you gonna charge me. And I
Hmm.
guarantee you, Tucson, I guarantee you, they're gonna charge you more than $10.
Yeah. Well, that's the first. That yeah. Well, I know that because I ain't going. I ain't gonna try it.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm telling you something else. I am not gonna do. That's
Talk to me.
I'm not gonna say that I'm gonna lose weight. I
Mm.
think I'll eat more.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. There you go. There you go. There you go. See it like
I
that.
want to get round around the you know.
Instead of a what it said, a 6 pack. I want a keg. I'm gonna get myself a keg this year.
Yeah, I want to look like a 2 liter.
Hey,
How about
Tucson.
that?
Hey,
A two
Tucson.
liter.
Tucson, can I say something to you?
Go ahead.
I'm gonna say something to you, man.
You already look like a 2 liter.
We almost there. Yeah. If we ain't there, brother, we are. we ain't back. I remember, man. I remember back in school. I tell my wife, man. You know, she and I went together then. But I remember back in school, man. I had my 6 pack and everything was good, man. I was in good shape, man. I played all sport. I played sports the whole year, man. I went from football to wrestling to track. I played football. I played football. I played sports the whole year, man. I was in good shape, man. I was in real good
Mm,
shape, man. During the
mm,
summertime, man, I used to run and be in. Man, you try to get me out there, tell me run, man. You lost your mind,
Man, look. I tried that when I was 40. Well,
Mm,
I told her, I said, well, I better get back in shape. I'm 40 years old. I'm gonna get back out there. I'm still fairly young. And, well, I got out there and I got me some new warm up and some new
wasted your money.
shoes.
Wasted.
And I got out there, man. I got me a little bandana to put around my head.
Mm, mm, mm.
Ran for about a week, stopped in the middle of the road and said, I know I'm 40, ain't ran since.
So let me ask you something. Did you walk? Did you walk back home?
Yeah, I had to. I had to. Look, man, I tell you what else I did. One year I fooled around and bought me a bicycle.
Mm, mm, mm. I know where this is going.
I
I
rode
know.
that bicycle and then I got a wild hair and decided I'm going to ride my bike to work.
Mm, mm, mm.
Heh,
Mm, mm, mm.
you
You
know
probably
what
make it
stopped
work,
me?
didn't it? What stopped you?
A bridge.
You called in that day, didn't you?
Look, no, I made it to work and my work leader, when he say, look like the dog's been chasing. He said, look like you've been chased by dogs.
Changed the whole outlook on that thing. And so that's what I'm gonna let happen this morning, man. I want people to call in. We got quite a few people that's tuned in with us already, and I appreciate each and every one of you being here. Call in and tell us what your New Year's resolution is.
Look
Watch
right
this.
here.
Yes, sir.
How did the last year lie turn out?
And that's what I'm gonna go ahead and say it because some people gonna call in. So some people are sincere, man. Right now, Tucson, I'm gonna tell you something. Right now, man, they really feel it, man. Right now, right now on the first day of January, yeah, yeah, yeah.
It's kind of like the resurrection. 3 days later, they rise up from there.
The truth gonna stand up and look at you in your face, and you're gonna say, mm-mm,
Mm-mm.
mm.
I'm hungry. They be talking
Exactly.
about I'm going on a diet.
So
That hunger strike. I'm gonna
exactly,
have a hunger
exactly.
strike.
Man, no. But man, listen, give us a call 508-924-3521. 508-924-3521. Call in and make us laugh this morning. Tell us what's your New Year's resolution. Let us laugh together. This is the first day of the year. Let's have fun together. This is the Raheen Ashimi show. You can call your family. Your family call in and tell us what your New Year's resolution is. 508-924-35. Go ahead, Tucson. You got something? Talk to me.
I'm waiting for the ones that says I'm going to get closer to God.
Oh Lord. Oh Lord. Tucson.
I'm sorry.
Tucson.
Huh? What's wrong? What's wrong? Did I say something wrong?
I'm trying to be mindful of my words right now. I'm trying to be mindful of my words, man.
Raheen,
Yeah. Tucson,
this
they
a
lying, man.
this a Christian broadcast.
That's why I got to be very mindful, and I don't want to discourage anybody. I don't want to discourage anybody. So if you feel that in your heart that you want to get closer to God, that's good. That's a good thing. But I want you to know and understand He's already closer to you. The
Oh,
divide is see. That's what I want. I want to be real mindful as to how I say divide. The divide is not Him from you; it's you to Him. That's the bridge right there. Because He made a promise to you in the beginning of time. I will never leave you nor forsake you. And
mm.
so He's with you in everything that you do. It's just that you don't want to acknowledge the fact that He is there, and you want to. And I'm talking to somebody right now. You want to drive the ship yourself. You don't want nobody. You don't want God or nobody else driving your ship because why? It's your ship.
Mm.
And so why should I let somebody drive my ship when I could drive it myself? And see, what you don't understand is if you don't hurry up, and give Him the wheel, you're gonna drive it over to Niagara Falls.
Lord have mercy. You know what? They had got a song. It says, "Without him, my life would be rugged.
Mm-hmm.
Without him, like a ship without a sail."
Come on. Mm-hmm.
What you say?
Yes. Come on. And that's
I guess when the writer wrote that song, they had sailboats.
mm-hmm.
I guess.
Mm-hmm. Come on.
And can you imagine being tossed in the wind with
Mm.
nothing to guide you?
Mm. No protection
Just
at all.
nothing. No, you can't turn, no nothing. No
How?
rotor, no stern, no nothing. You just know you got a boat.
Mm-hmm. 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 And
And that
however
ain't good.
them waves come at you, is how they gonna
That
hit
is.
you. Mm.
That is.
And so yeah,
And
you got,
we
you got
try that though, man. I mean, I don't know about you, Raheem, but I thought I had this thing called life down pat.
yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And Tucson, we so much in charge. We so much in control. We got this. Hmm.
Hmm,
Mm.
I've done this before.
Yeah.
Look, we even say this. I've been there, done that,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
and still bump our head.
Tucson, been there, done that, and got the scars to show for it.
That's the problem right
Yeah.
there.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
where the scars come in.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So I don't know, man. These New Year's resolutions, I don't know. Maybe maybe some people have some. I don't know, man. I tried that when I
Mm-hmm.
was younger, and they never did work. Not now, one of them.
Tucson, I'm gonna go ahead and say it like I'm gonna say it like I want to say it. I tried that not when I was younger, but when I was dumber.
There it is. Mm.
I tried it when I was dumber. I tried that.
So how you gonna plan for tomorrow when tomorrow ain't promised
Mm.
and it
Mm.
ain't never been touched?
Exactly.
You don't know what's coming.
Mm-hmm. Come on.
Because I planned. I had some plans. Let me throw this out here for free. I guess this might hurt a little bit,
Mm-hmm.
but I didn't plan with some family members that are no longer there.
Mm. Whoa. Whoa. Didn't make it through.
No,
Didn't make it.
unfortunately, that's the sad truth.
Yes,
That's
sir.
the sad, profound truth. Yeah. Oh,
So did we scare these people off, man?
yeah.
I
Well,
mean,
I
I
don't
mean,
know.
I mean, they're still there. We got got quite a few people that's actually
They ain't
watching,
gonna talk to us.
and TikTok is full of people, man. We got TikTok is full of people already, man, watching us this morning. I definitely appreciate each and every one of you that's watching. But don't let us scare y'all. Don't let us
Think
scare
you
y'all.
gotta call
If-
Tyrone?
call him. Because my thing is right here. If you got a New Year's resolution, you know your New Year's resolution, share it with us. And look, ain't nobody listening. Call in. Call in. Ain't
Ain't
nobody
ain't
listening.
no, ain't nothing wrong with them.
Yeah,
Ain't
yeah.
nothing wrong with making New Year's resolution.
Ain't no wrong lying to yourself.
Well,
It's you.
the thing it is the problem I've been having with New Year's resolution is keeping them.
Yeah, yeah. Mm-hmm.
I'm just
Yes.
be honest.
So this is the beginning of the year. This is the time that you want to lay a foundation for yourself. Hmm.
Yeah, you got a brand new start.
Exactly. Brand new start. Day one.
Can't do nothing about last year.
Mm-hmm. And you see, and you got a great start because the new year is on a Monday. Beginning of the week. Beginning of
What
the
you
year.
say?
Beginning of the year.
Wow,
Beginning of the
fresh
week.
start.
Ain't that
Oh, that's
something?
fresh. That's
Yeah.
fresh right there,
Mm-hmm.
man.
See,
Gonna
people.
get that good job.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
You know what? You know what? Some is. I'm just gonna be. This gonna hurt a little bit again.
Mm-hmm.
You know what's standing in the way of some of them good jobs some people want?
Them.
Not only that, them, yeah, for sure.
Mm-hmm.
You want me to tell you?
Talk to me.
They like to smoke that weed.
Mm. Puff, puff, no pass.
They like to get high.
Hey, this is the Raheen Ashimi show this morning. This is not the morning glow. It's the Raheen Ashimi show. So we talk about it on here. We
They get that. Yeah. I'm a, I'm a, man. I'm gonna get that job, man.
yeah,
What? I'm gonna be the. I'm gonna be before you know it, man. I'm gonna be the supervisor.
yeah,
I'm gonna
yeah.
be the manager
I'm gonna be the
to
supervisor.
run that company.
Man, only
Start
thing
my.
holding me back. Only thing holding me back, man. Man, they
I'm
don't
gonna start
want.
I'm gonna start my own business.
Yeah, yeah. And if they don't want to hire me, I'll start my own and run them out of business. Sure will. And why, Tucson? Why was somebody a lot of times somebody lying? They gotta make it right by saying, yeah, they sure did. Didn't they do it? Sure did. Well,
I can show you. I can show you better than I can tell you.
exactly.
15 years later.
Ain't did nothing. Still sitting on the same porch, smoking the same joint. 15 years later.
Oh, Raheen,
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna do better by my children.
Oh Lord.
Husband, wife, all that kind of stuff.
All that stuff. Just profit lying. Just profit lying. Ain't gonna do nothing. You know, day two. Daddy, can I come over your house? I gotta. I will let you come, but go ahead, Tucson. You was about to say something.
No, but the children say I'm gonna be more obedient to my parents.
Another
I'm gonna
lie.
be good. I'm gonna be good.
Mm-hmm. Another lie.
You start on Monday. We starting on Monday. It's Monday.
It's Monday. Beginning of the week. Beginning of the new year. It's time for you to do it. It's time for you to do it. Are you gonna do it though? Are you gonna do it? Are you gonna step up to the plate and do what you say you're gonna do? What is your New Year's resolution? Give us a call. 508-924-3521. 508-924-3521. What is your New Year's resolution? Do you have one? Do you have one? Do you want one? Do you need us to get you one?
I'm gonna go natural. I'm gonna go natural.
Yeah, I'm going natural now. Naturally ball.
Now wait a minute. Now Raheel.
I'm natural. I'm natural.
Now Raheel.
Tell
Hold
the
up.
truth. And number one truth, brother. And number one truth. Right
now sometimes
Mm-hmm.
you might need to use that straightening comb. Don't do natural.
Look here, look. Tucson, let me ask you something. We'll use something else. Why people ain't never satisfied, Tucson? Because why people with straight hair want to curl it and people with curly hair want to straighten it?
Kills me. Here's the killing part. This gonna get me in trouble. This is gonna hurt too. Cut the hair and wear. Oh no, I ain't gonna say it.
Mm-hmm. Say it. Say it, brother.
Cut the hair and get implants.
Why? What
kind of hair do we have? What kind of hair do we have these days? Is that human hair, horse hair, or what hair?
Tucson, you almost maybe be real mad and real nasty just now. You almost maybe say something real nasty. I had to refrain to think about it for. See, sometimes think. I'm gonna tell y'all something. This is a new year. Please, y'all, think before y'all say something. Sometime, take just a second to think about it. But yeah, I don't know what kind of hair that is, Tucson. I think it's manufactured hair.
Plastic.
Yeah, but I get too close to that fire. Come on, we're gonna get close to it. We're gonna have an intimate moment. We're gonna have a fire by the fireplace. You let one of those sparks hit that hair, you know. It might melt it. Might melt it.
Hey, wait a minute. What's the deal with barbershops?
Tucson ain't been in there in a long time.
I went the other day and
ain't been in there in a long time. Tucson, yeah.
Wait a minute. They draw your lining in.
Mm-hmm.
And they spray black over the front of your head. And I'm saying to myself, wait a minute now.
Man and
My
women.
hair is white.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Soon as I wash it, that's over with.
It's a wrap. Look here,
And I'm saying to myself, what is this dude doing, man? Why he putting that black stuff in my head, trying to get me a lining where
men and women fake too, son.
my hair. Oh, I didn't want me to show y'all my missing edge, or
Oh yeah, yeah.
it's almost time to let it go, right?
I'm gonna tell you something. The right and the left trying to come together. They're trying to come. They're trying to do a high five on top of your head, brother. Excuse me, man.
Oh,
Excuse
you look right here. Wait a minute. You know what just happened?
me.
Tell you what just happened.
What happened?
You made me laugh and you insulted me.
Excuse me, brother. Please excuse me, bro. All right, man. Look here.
You
This is
you
Raheen
you
Ashimi show,
you you uppercut me and made me laugh.
man. Look, Tucson, you should be used to it, man. You do it all the time, brother. You do it all the time. Look here. Sometimes I be telling you all the time after the broadcast, and I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna let a cat out the bag. This one cat, beginning of the year, I let one cat. Tucson throw a lot of uppercuts, man, and a lot of time people, he throw an uppercut, but it's so he do it so intellectually, man. People don't get it. I'm like Tucson, man, and we'll talk after the broadcast. I said, Tucson, why you gut punched him like that? And he said, what you mean, man? Because I guess he didn't think I got it too. But I said, you remember when you said this right here? Oh, and the only thing he do, he break out and start laughing because he know what he did. Tucson know what he did. I'm gonna tell y'all something. Y'all watch that fella now. We call him the wise man for a reason. A lot of times he throw them gut punches. He throw them gut punches at people, hit them in the gut, man, and they don't even know they hit. He walk away, man. They sucking for air.
You know what I thought about, man? The people, uh, we so sensitive.
Yeah, yeah.
I call it thin skin.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody feeling hurt.
Yeah, yeah.
About something.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody want to be accepted.
Say it.
I don't need to be accepted.
Mm-hmm.
I accept me.
Yeah, yeah.
And if you don't, then keep it moving. Let's go. Let's roll. You go your way, I'll go mine, or we can walk together and not agree.
Mm-hmm.
I know we can't. It's hard for people to walk together. How can they walk together if they don't agree? I know that.
Mm-hmm.
But there are some people, even on the Morning Glow and this broadcast, we got some people that we've been communicating with for some time now.
Yeah,
And
years.
we know we don't agree with some of them.
Yeah, for years.
Well, just throw it out there. That includes me. Some of them is crazy as a wet dog.
Come on now. Come on.
we had to let some of them go.
Yeah. Look here, we put him. Oh, I better not say that, man. We'll get kicked off if I say that. But yeah, I better not say that. We'll get kicked off the show. We'll get kicked off our own show.
They be pressing buttons trying to get back in, and cut Raheen off. Cut him off.
Yeah, Lord, and this is supposed to be the first one of the year, man. It's supposed to be Raheen Ashimi show. We get our wings.
Let's see how long we can make it before we get cut off. That'd be a New Year's resolution.
Exactly. Well, you had to go ahead on, baby. We had to stop the show. I'm definitely Smash City definitely thin skin, but most women are. Ooh.
Wait a minute.
That's our girl. That's Miss George's mom. George's mom, call in 508-924.
I didn't say nothing about no woman.
Yeah, no, we ain't say that now. George's mom, call in. That's our sister right there, man. Yeah, and good morning to you, sis. How you doing this morning? 508-924-3521. 508-924-3521. And I got a very special question I want to ask Miss Jordan's mom when she called in. And yeah, give us a call. I got a question for you. And I want and only you can answer this question for us. Tucson,
Yeah,
Uh-oh. We got
yeah.
we got let's see what this is calling here. We got a caller. Caller, what's your name? Where you calling from?
This is Jordan. Good
Hey,
morning.
hey, Miss Jordan, how you doing?
I'm fine. How are you?
Hey, doing great, doing great. First, I want to ask you two questions. First, do you have a New Year's resolution?
Yes.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Tucson, get ready for this. What's your New Year's resolution? Miss Jordan, what's your New Year's resolution?
Um, my New Year's resolution is to not to return to anybody's workplace. To continue working for myself.
There you go. That's good. That's a good one.
That's good.
That's a good one. That's a good one. Okay. And whatever we could do to help you and assist you on that, please let us know. Whatever we could do to help support you and make sure that you go in that direction, whatever we could do to help you, we definitely gonna do that. We're here for you, okay?
Oh, that's very kind. Thank
Yeah,
you so much.
not a problem, not a problem at all. Now, the other question I want to ask you, you say you're thin skinned, and you say most women are. Now, this question might get you in a little trouble now, but I want you to be honest with me, okay?
Okay.
Are women more thin skinned than men?
No.
So
No.
men have thinner skin?
Yes,
Uh-oh.
and not only do men have thinner skin, I think that men are more emotional than women.
Mm.
Oftentimes, you can tell in a conversation. Here you go.
Mm-hmm.
We could use Brother Tucson as an example.
Uh-oh.
Brother Tu, yeah, Brother Tucson, he shanks people in conversation.
Mm-hmm.
They stand there, don't even realize they've been shanked.
Uh-oh.
But if somebody comes for him, he get a little loud and out of pocket.
Uh-oh. Tucson.
That's most times.
Oh,
I love you. I
oh.
love you.
Most
I
things,
love you.
I'm just using it as an example. It is just oftentimes people use things as a they cloak themselves in protection,
Mm-hmm.
and they'll say, I'm not afraid of anything. I'm not afraid of anything. People who aren't afraid don't go around announcing that they're not afraid. They're
Mm.
simply not afraid.
Mm-hmm.
Just because people say I'm not thin skinned doesn't make it a fact.
Okay. So
You have to look at the evidence, and the evidence demonstrates oftentimes, men are more emotional than women. Something will happen, and a woman may cry.
mm-hmm.
To cry is a form of discipline. You know what I'm saying? You focus your emotions on internally, you cry it out, you get over it, and then you analyze, how am I going to get over it?
Mm-hmm.
But men oftentimes, something hurts them, they don't cry. What do they? They destroy something. They punch a wall, they tear up something. Which one is more emotional? Which one is more positive? Which one is more productive?
Mm.
We have tear ducts for a reason. If you
Mm-hmm.
never use them, where does that energy go? Where does
Okay.
that hurt go?
Mm-hmm. That's
I mean,
good.
let us be fair.
That's good. That's good. Tucson, hey,
I
Jordan,
hear you.
she put
I
it out
hear
there,
you.
man. She said
I
you
hear.
she said you thin skinned, brother.
I
She said you
heard it.
say
I
you
heard,
say you'll throw a punch, but you can't take no punch. That
I
was
heard that. I heard it. I heard that. I
she said
heard
you
it.
she said you'll throw a three-piece, but somebody give it a bob and weave and throw that counter punch back at you.
And
You
and
ain't
I
gonna take
heard, and here's what else I heard, and I'm not mad. She says out of control and out of it's something about out of pocket.
yeah,
I'm
she
just
said that.
so here's the thing. This is helpful for me because I'm gonna check that out.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I'm not gonna blow it off.
Yeah.
I got to check that out
Mm-hmm.
because I might be missing it.
Tucson,
I might be.
she called in, man, and she read you this morning.
Look,
Punch
wait a
that
minute.
bill.
Wait a minute. I might, I might need therapy.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I'm not taking what you say lightly. No, I'm not. I really am
Mhm.
not. But I
It,
mean, I
it's
don't.
not meant to be defensive, Brother Tucson. The question was appropriate, and so I used you as an
Yeah.
example, hoping that you would look at it objectively and apply it. Because, brother, you bring so much information to this space on
Mhm.
a daily basis,
Yes.
but
But
you have problems with the opposition, my brother.
she been watching you, Tucson. She been watching you. See, I tell you, man, you the wise man. People pay
Yeah.
attention to you.
I mean, she does. She's paying attention.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
do. Yeah. Oh, okay. I'm gonna check that out, though. Really.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I'm,
Now,
I'm,
now,
I'm,
now, now,
I'm on the
Tucson.
couch right now.
Tucson.
Uh-huh.
You're gonna check it out. Now we say the New Year resolution gonna last up until 3 days. So 3 days later,
I
are
should
you
rise again. I should rise again. I'm not, yeah. Oh, Lord Jesus. I'm gonna have to check
Hey,
myself out.
I
I'm
told you that's my sister right there, man. That's Miss Jordan, man. Hey, she
gonna,
called into the broadcast, man, and
thank
I
you so much, though.
yeah.
I mean, really, I'm not taking it lightly. I'm gonna check it out,
Mm-hmm,
really,
mm-hmm.
because if anything can help me, I need to take it for face value.
Exactly,
I really
exactly.
do.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna check that out. Now I don't see it now. I'm telling you. I mean, really, I might be in denial
Mm-hmm. She said,
because
The host is sitting right there. Ask the host.
yeah,
Does it sound familiar?
Tucson,
come on, man,
Tucson.
don't play
I
with me.
hey,
I can take it.
this the Raheen Ashimi show, and we're not doing the morning glow. We're doing the Raheen Ashimi show, and because of the fact we're doing the Raheen Ashimi show,
Look,
I got to keep it 100. I got to keep it 100.
uh-huh.
Tucson, she might got a point, man.
Okay, but look, let me tell you something about me. Let me tell you something about me. Yes, and here's where she is correct. I'm gonna get you off of me. Just
See,
saying.
see,
I'm
see,
just saying.
but
You might be right.
be a part of her. That might be a part of her point right there, though. Because
Yes, right. That's
yeah,
right. You're right. You are correct.
mm-hmm,
Because at the end of the day, whatever you do,
mm-hmm.
when opposition comes,
Come on, and it's gonna come.
and it's gonna come,
Yeah.
part of my daily task is I'm gonna get you off me
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
one way or the other.
Mm-hmm.
And here's the thing, and here's what's helpful in and to say what she's saying, it has some value to it, even to the point that we got to separate.
Mm.
Now that might be dangerous
Yes, sir. Yes,
to
sir.
me.
Brother Toussaint. But
Yes,
Brother
ma'am.
Toussaint, I'm saying it this way, my brother. Even when we're coming up with solutions to the problems of our people, it's not a good trait to have because new people come to the table, and my brother, maybe they don't speak the way that you do, but their ideas are still helpful and valid. And even if they are not, we want to be welcoming, do we not? Sometimes the new people come to the table, and you hit them in the forehead with a hatchet.
Ooh,
Lord, you're right.
ooh. Don't even give them an opportunity to voice their opinion because you cut their throat, and they can't even talk no
Exactly.
more.
Listen, and they standing there toe to toe, gentleman to gentleman, having a conversation, and then Toussaint, he'll shank you. You don't even
Mm.
realize you leave.
Lord,
You said it yourself.
Tucson,
He knocked the wind out of him and gone, disappeared. But I
Tucson.
thought the idea was to come
Lord, I
to
didn't wake up for this.
making your point. The idea is to take all the collective points, put them on the table, and vote on them as a collective.
Tucson. She
The other person can't even come to the table and vote. They got to go get tended to because you done shanked them.
Oh, Lord, I'm sorry.
Tucson.
And I apologize, my brother.
You
Uh,
done read me.
Tucson.
This, and
I
we
didn't
don't even know each other. She done read my rights.
Tucson. Look here. I didn't know that, hey, I was gonna take the day off, Tucson. I was gonna take the day off, but you told me go ahead on and do the show and do the
This
Rocky
is
Osmond show.
oh,
You told
wait a minute. Watch this right here. Oh, now it's about me.
but listen, I'm gonna be honest with you, Tucson. Watch this now. Now she's on you right now, but me and my sister, we talked a couple of times on air and stuff like
Mhm.
that. So I know that she got something for me too. Now I'm just sitting here. I'm trying to keep it on you as long as I can, so she don't come over this way because I know she got something over here in this side of town too. So I'm gonna keep it on you as long as I can, brother. But
No, but you, I mean, look, wait a minute. I want to get your name right. What's your name?
Jordan.
Jordan. Mm-hmm.
Jordan. You you read me my rights this morning. No, it's not an apologize. It's good because you are correct.
Mm. Mm. See, and it take a wise man to be able to accept the fact that
Ooh.
the
Oh,
error in his ways.
look, wait a minute. Wait a minute. You know what I'm finna do?
You gonna put on the good glass.
Change glasses.
And Jordan, he put on his good glasses. Now, Jordan,
Yeah, so he can hear me better.
now, Jordan, let me ask you this question. You said that men are more sensitive than women. Do you think it's more of a macho type thing? Why they're more sensitive than women, or is it just is it based on genetic? Not necessarily genetics, but yeah, I guess you could say sex of the man and the woman being who they supposed to be. And a second question I want to ask you is this right here, which is totally different from that question. What day are we in? What day are we in right now? Because people might say, well, Raheen, what are you talking about? Well, I know that the calendar has been changed so many different times. There's been throughout the history, throughout the annals of time, the calendar has been changed from a 13-month calendar to a 12-month calendar to this and to this. They move dates around, and people and man do what he wants to do with that calendar. So, do we actually know what day and time we're in right now?
Okay, to answer the first question, I think that men are emotional. I think it's based upon ego. I
Mm,
think that from a very young age, all men are taught, that there's a measure of superiority with regard to women. Because you're a man, somehow you're above.
mm-hmm,
But we live in a society where women are very educated, they're very resourceful, women are very capable, and in becoming those things, we operate differently in conversation. Once
mm-hmm,
upon a time, women were like children, seen and not heard, because we were dependent upon the men in our lives for everything. But now that women have a measure of independence, it allows you a bit of freedom in conversation. And I
mm-hmm,
think sometimes because some men are fragile in their ego, that conversation from women, that talking over their head or talking about something unfamiliar to them makes them sensitive, and
mm,
they don't oftentimes process their emotions properly. So the sensitive it reveals itself as anger,
mm-hmm.
as bitterness, as resentment. But we have to pause and take it in, process it, maybe come back tomorrow, talk about it again.
Mm-hmm.
Because of your ego, sometimes it's hard to accept you have a flaw.
Mm-hmm. Is that on both the man
So
and the
that
woman, or
it's
that's just a man thing?
To be honest, I think that it is more so a man thing because remember I said men are raised to think that
Mm-hmm,
you are the most powerful because you are a man.
mm-hmm,
Conversely, women are raised to think that we are emotional and we're the weaker vessel. So it's
mm-hmm.
easier for us to acknowledge, we have shortcomings. One of my shortcomings is I have a difficult time in a conversation seeing things beyond my point of offense.
Mm-hmm.
Once you've offended me, I want an apology. I want a correction.
So,
Anything
do
you
you
offer
shut
me
down at
after
that
that,
point? Do
I
you
don't want to
shut
hear
down
it.
at that point?
That's yes, I'm stuck there in
Mm,
quicksand.
mm.
But that's the difference in the men and women. I'm so in tune with myself. I'm so emotionally aware. I know this about myself.
Mm-hmm,
Therefore, I will disengage in a conversation
mm-hmm.
until I get the apology or the correction that is needed or the appropriate acknowledgement. I simply walk away. We'll come back to it later.
So if
Hmm.
if you,
And
if
that's
if you and I was in a conversation, if you and I was in a conversation, and for whatever reason, it became a little heated, and you felt some offense in that conversation, are you saying that we're gonna be stagnated in that place until I come back and apologize, and there will be no progress in that conversation at all, unless or until I come back and apologize to you?
no, I'm saying that it is a possibility. Let me say
Mhm.
this. You're not the type of person who would treat me that way.
Yes.
Because if I walked away, your curiosity is such. You
Hmm.
you pay attention to people in your orbit. So
Hmm.
you would say, Jordan, how can I fix it?
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
you. That's your personality. Not
Hmm.
Tucson. Tucson would be like, let her go. That's the difference between people.
We back on you, brother.
And on the other side, when I walk away and my feelings are less hurt because I will reflect upon myself, I will come back and I will say to you,
Hmm.
listen, yes, I apologize for cutting the conversation. I apologize that you couldn't complete your thought. I apologize that my behavior may be perceived as rude, but I was hurt.
Hmm.
And at this point, we can continue.
Hmm.
So do you see? I didn't require an apology. I
Yes.
apologize.
Hmm.
That's a
Hmm.
woman. That's the lack of pride. Women, I try to operate with humility in most cases. I'm not perfect, but I
Hmm.
do try to operate in humility.
That's good. That's good. That's good.
You
Um,
listen to song?
Yeah, I muted my phone, but I'm listening because I can't. I can't deny what you're saying.
Mm-hmm.
But
Mm-hmm.
I got it.
I know.
I know if you know what. I mean, you know. I don't know how you know me.
Sir, I listen. I pay attention to a lot of
Yeah,
things, and
yeah.
listen. Humility teaches me that every time I hear something, I don't have to respond. I
Mm-hmm.
just listen and file it away, and I don't rush to judgment. Let me see if I hear this again. Let me
Mm-hmm.
see if it happens again.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not quick to judge. And so after having watched this broadcast for over a year or so, I
Mm-hmm.
pretty much have a good idea of who you are, sir. No offense.
Thank you.
You are who you
No,
are.
that's good. I ain't mad at you.
Mm-hmm.
All
I ain't mad,
all of us can work to be better. That is all.
I ain't mad at you. So let me ask a question.
I see you, Toya. Coming to you, sis. Go
Oh
ahead.
well,
No, 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 no.
no,
Ask your, no,
no,
ask your.
because what I'm saying, what I'm hearing you say, and we live in a society where men are brought up to feel like, even when we say, the scripture says, the women are the weaker vessel, not the man. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
let's just put that there.
Okay.
And then, if especially if you have a father in the home that was a father, a dad, a
Mm-hmm.
provider, and all that kind of stuff. Okay, now we live in a society where we have strong, de- independent women that are survivors,
Mm-hmm.
that have a point of view.
Mm-hmm.
So I think what my question is, wait a minute.
No, go ahead, brother. Go ahead. I ain't said a
Cause he
word, man.
messy, but go ahead.
How, no, how do we function? And I'm not, it's not a pride thing. I'm just trying to get some clarity. How do we remain masculine without almost being feminine? Because we have that coming up in this society where, you know how Archie Bunker's song that I used to quote, we men were men and women were women. Now we don't have that. It's kind of fading to the left quick.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's what I'm trying to, at least me, trying to kind of keep in our society, because we have even women that's trying to raise a
Hold on,
man,
sir.
and it's not.
Now, hold on. Respectfully, you
Go
asked me
ahead.
a question.
Mm-hmm.
If
Yeah,
are
go
you
ahead.
if you want to answer, I could just sit here.
Uh-oh.
I could just sit here. I could do that,
Ooh.
or I could answer for you, sir.
No, I wanted to make sure you understood what I was trying to say
I do.
before you.
I
Okay,
do.
good. Go ahead.
I do. So first, I would say this: no disrespect intended. I am never a woman who permits people to refer to me as strong or independent. Let me explain to you why first. I am not strong. A man is strong. Iron is strong. A bridge is strong. A hurricane is strong. That is not me. I am capable. I'm capable. I do what I have to do on my own because I'm capable, not because I'm strong. And I'm not independent. I am meant to be the wife of a king. But in the absence of a husband, I still must survive, must I not? And
Yes.
because I was trained by my father and my grandfather to be resilient, to be self sufficient, I'm able to take care of myself adequately. That's not me being independent.
Mm-hmm.
And as soon as another king comes my way, I fall back into my position as the best supporting cast member on the team. That's the first thing. The second thing is we have to get away from the idea that masculinity and femininity are tied up in deed in roles. They're not. To provide for oneself is simply being self sufficient. That is neither masculine nor feminine. That is survival, is it not? So if I'm capable and I can take care of myself, and then I partner with someone and I marry, me being capable does not detract from his masculinity. If he wants me to continue to work the same way he works, let us divide up the duties in the house so that our house is orderly, the same way our relationship is orderly. Having to assume those tasks does not make him feminine. We are taking care of our house. That makes us as together as a unit. That makes us responsible. It's how we're looking at it. There's masculine. There's no such thing technically. Men are men, and men do what men do. When a man protects his family, is that masculinity? I don't think so. When a man protects his family, I think that that is protection. I think that that is instinctive. Is that not what he is designed to do? And if
Mm-hmm.
a woman protects her family, is that not, necessity?
Mm-hmm.
It's neither feminine nor masculine. That's
Mm-hmm.
part of our problem. We allow someone to tell us who we are. One of the greatest lessons my grandfather ever gave me was never let anybody tell you who you are. Anybody.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Because if
And
you live in a home where
I'm
the
listening.
dishes need to be washed, sir, and you wash those dishes, that doesn't make you feminine in any way. And if you are working 7 days in a row and I cut the grass, that doesn't make me masculine, sir.
mm-hmm.
We are equal contributors toward the same goal, having a happy family.
Mm-hmm. And
Take
so,
away that nonsense of masculine and feminine. That is what is distracting us. That is the thing, the little shiny thing that is put here for us to focus on instead of focusing on how to build as a collective and how to support one another, within a relationship.
mm-hmm.
I don't think that a man doing anything makes him feminine. He cannot be feminine because he is a man.
Mm-hmm. Okay. And so
But
what I'm hearing, I know where you're about to go. This is I know, no.
no, I'm listening. I'm listening. I'm learning to listen. I'm learning to listen.
And
I'm learning to listen.
what I think I heard the sister saying, and she's very articulate and she can speak for herself. But a part of what I'm hearing her say is this: she can take the lead, she can be the head, and she can lead unless or until the right man come along, and she's very willing to get out of that driver's seat and allow him to be in that driver's seat because of the roles of what she's saying that exist or that we think exists in this society. I think she says she's willing, she's able to lead, but she's willing to follow. Sister, am I right?
Almost. I'm.
Mm-hmm.
I'm. I don't wish to lead.
Mm-hmm.
There in this house,
No, no.
there's
I say
only
you're
one.
able.
There's
You're able
me.
to lead. I
There's
didn't say
if I
you
have to
wanted
go
to.
someplace,
Okay.
I have to drive the car
Yeah.
because there's no one else to drive the car.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But when another capable driver comes, I'm so content to get myself in the passenger seat and be happier there than I am in the driver's seat.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's the difference. I'm not designed to be the leader. This
Mm-hmm.
is me saying
Mm-hmm.
this, not for anybody else. I'm designed to be the best supporting cast member in the business.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Good deal.
I'm that wife who, when you go out the door, I'm gonna take the lint roller and go over your suit to make sure that it is pristine. I'm
Mm-hmm.
gonna straighten your tie and make sure that you are in order. I'm gonna make sure your bag is packed, your reports are where they're supposed to be, everything. I'm the supporting cast member.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But because I'm capable in your absence, I'm able to do it myself.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Let me Tucson, let me pull to
I ain't gonna say that.
Toya with a T. Toya with a T. She's been on with us for a minute. She's been listening to the thing. I don't know if what's being said right now is lining up with the way that she sees things as well. But Toya with a T, good morning. And this is the Raheen Ashimi show. This ain't the morning glow. We're starting off this year with the Raheen Ashimi show. We're gonna get back to the morning glow tomorrow. So Toya, good morning. How you doing this morning?
Oh, good morning. I'll be back tomorrow. I'm on the wrong show. No, I'm just playing.
Lord.
Morning. Good morning. How y'all doing? I
Hey.
don't know if I should yield my 3 minutes to Mr. Donald or not. Toya with the T. Now, I done said a whole bunch of times how I'm a lot more man than most men. But I'm not gonna give my strength away. Yes, I is strong. Yes,
Mhm.
I is independent. That the way my daddy taught me.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I is feminine, even though sometimes I do push-ups and sit-ups and run around and work on cars and take out trash and climb trees and all that other stuff that boss supposed to do. Yeah, I might be a little masculine, but I'm still feminine. And I believe that us not knowing the difference between the two is why we are where we are.
Mm-hmm.
Should I say that a woman can't raise a man? I'm not going to say that because the man raised me.
Mm-hmm.
Can she teach you how to be a man? No. But she can teach you how to be a human. And I think that humans share the same traits. Now, I'm just going to be real. there was a design when God created us. A man was built stronger to do certain duties, stronger ones that we probably can't achieve, right? Most men pick a big old heavy concrete blocks. We don't do that on a regular. We'll tear our inside up and won't be able to have no babies. So there's an aerodynamics on how we're built on our job duties. Okay. Now, everybody eats. You're right. But while you out there picking up them big old heavy concrete slabs, and I got this 7-month baby in my belly and I can't do nothing, I need to make sure that I'm taking care of you, the cooking and the cleaning and then all that, because you're out there, you know what I'm saying? Again, there's a aerodynamic on certain duties that we're supposed to fulfill as different humans. But when you fast forward to now, the reason why the duties are out of whack is because don't nobody do right. Don't nobody do right. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to be. I don't want to.
Let me ask you this question. And I love what you said. You said, don't nobody do right. But who sets the definition of what is right and what is wrong?
God already said it.
Okay.
God already said it, and nobody want to hear it.
Mm-hmm.
Then they wanted to break it up into different other religions. God has already said it. He's already said the order. He's already said us how he's supposed to be. Now, the reason why I'm independent and strong is because I can't find a man that's independent and strong like me. Now, you might be independent and strong at $7.25 an hour, and that's okay. But the fact of the matter is that in order to take care of a lifestyle, I need 50 grand by myself. And then if I add one more, I'm probably need 15 more. So we got different kind of strengths, because you cool with $7.25 and I need $27.25 an hour. I'm not going to take away from you as a man. I'm not going to take away from your ability to take care of me. What I'm saying is the level that I was on as a woman doesn't match with the $7.25 man. So I don't need to be looking for $7.25 man. I'm not taking anything away from you that you're making $7.25. But we have to acknowledge that there are different levels to the humans that we're speaking of. And at times, I have the ability to be feminine because I'm a female, but men not necessarily don't unless you're going to be a tranny.
Now let me ask you. Let me ask you this question. Because I know how the listeners hear things sometimes. Maybe not the way we say it, but the way they hear things sometimes. So, are you saying that you would not be involved or want to be in relations with a man that's making $7.25 if he's content with that? It does not line up with the lifestyle that you're looking for. Not saying that you're materialistic or nothing like that, but you require everybody requires certain things, and that doesn't fit what you fit your requirement, if you will.
I mean, at the end of the day, the part of being a responsible adult, whether you're a man or a woman, is to be able to acknowledge the equal yoke. Here we go again. Didn't the Lord? I just said the Lord already set the precedent, right? Equal yoke in whatever responsible relationship you're in. Whether you're the man making 100,000 and she making 725, do you want someone who just wants your money, or do you want a 725 person who's working towards more? You understand what I'm saying? So again, I'm not taking anything away from the individual. What I'm talking about is the level. I make 725 before. I will if I have to, I will go work for a 725 now. But I'm still on a different level mentally, spiritually, and physically when it comes to operating and getting what I want out of life. And that is what's going to determine who I'm going to follow. Right now, I'm following God. Why? Because he provides my everything. The next thing I need to do when I get a man is get a man to follow God. Why? Because he needs to be in the order for me to be able to follow. If I'm already following the Lord, let's talk about Adam and Eve. All the men say is Eve fault. Well, I'm following the Lord first. I'm not going to touch the apple. If I follow the God first, and then the man follows the God, then when we get together, you know what? We might remotely closely be all right. But it still doesn't take away the fact that he's masculine, I'm feminine, and we both got specific jobs that God already said we had, period. We can say not. But we got specific jobs that we have to do. And until we understand and know and teach that to each other, we're going to stay on this rat wheel of a cycle. Men don't know how to be men because most women raised them, not because they're feminine.
Good deal. We're gonna stay right there for a second before I'm gonna go back to Jordan. I want to pull Cassandra to the conversation as well. Cassandra, good morning. How you doing this morning?
Good morning.
Cassandra,
Cassandra.
take it off speaker, Cassandra.
Take it off, Cassandra.
Okay. Cassandra, a part of what we're talking about this morning is in a question that was posed: are men more sensitive than women? Do you think men are more sensitive than women in the structure of the household?
Oh, you're just talking about the structure of the
Well,
household?
no. We're talking first. Are men more sensitive than women, and then we're going. Another part is we're talking about the structure of the household: who's male, who's feminine, who's not, and what role play and how they play themselves out. So we got two different questions there.
Oh, okay. No, men are not more sensitive
Mm-hmm.
than women. And that is biblically stated and all the way back to Genesis.
Even in this time,
About them.
Cassandra, you don't think some men are just and I'm not trying to guide you.
No. They,
Okay.
I mean, if they doing it, because they choose to put themselves in that type of posture, but they are not made to be like that. Women are always going to be more sensitive than men. That's just a given. That is scripturally based. God said that he would give women, because of what happened in the garden, he would give women like a desire to please her husband. That's in her. God made that in her. So that's an emotional thing that we spend our time. That's why women spend so much time trying to make herself appealing and all this stuff. So most men don't cry at certain things, where a woman, we just move like that. Our emotions are different, so we operate differently. So everybody has their thing, and I'm proud of the young lady and her where she stands on how she is. That's wonderful. That, but she's not speaking for all women. She's just speaking for herself,
Mm-hmm.
and that's beautiful. I love that. But for me, that's not how I feel. And Toya, that's not how she feels. You can get probably 150 women on this line, and they all would react differently to what the young lady said. But that's her. That's where she stands.
Mm-hmm.
That's what she believes, and she has the right to do that. When it comes to household duties, it is no male, no female, no nothing. When things need to be done, things need to be done.
Mm-hmm.
Whoever is available to do it, that's who does it.
Mm-hmm.
If the baby needs to be changed and I'm at work, you gonna wait till I get home to change the baby? If the trash needs to be taken out and I'm at home, you think I'm gonna wait for him to come home? Come on now, some things are just common sense.
The
And it's
fault with
not
their mothers.
gender based. It's getting the job done. It's necessity. Things that need to be done. I don't care who does it, male or female. It does not matter.
Mm-hmm.
It does not matter. If
Wow.
you can cook and I can't cook, I don't want to eat nasty food. Let
Uh,
my husband cook. That he
Lord
does
no.
it better than me.
Mm-hmm. Lord no.
I just, some things is just too simple.
Mm-hmm.
Whoever is at the house and thinks something needs to be done, that's the person that needs to do it.
So you mean to tell me this trash been sitting in this kitchen all day long? You don't smell that? You don't. You gonna wait till I
That's
get
what I'm
home to take the
saying. That
trash?
doesn't even. I mean, who does that? That's a real nasty person. If it's a woman, if she's sitting in her house and smelling trash, and she won't take it out because I'm a female, what the? Well, come on now. It's
Yeah.
2024.
But
We ain't gonna stay on the petty stuff. That's just ridiculous.
and but
Even the conversation doesn't make sense to me.
okay. But
Yes.
Jordan's defense, she didn't say that. A part of what she was saying was, she would do all
I
these things.
didn't say
Yeah, yeah.
she said it.
No,
Remember what I said. You
Cassandra.
got to pay attention because I don't want it to be. I said
No, no,
what
no,
the
no, no.
young woman believes is
Yeah.
her belief,
But my
and
thing
I'm
is this.
all for whatever she stands for. So
But
I'm not saying
no, 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 no,
anything
no, no, no,
about
no, no.
what she
Uh,
believes.
and I'm
That's
not
what she
Cassandra.
believes.
Cassandra, but I'm not saying that to you. I'm saying that for the listeners. I'm actually talking to. I know that that's not what you said.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
I'm talking to the listeners right now, and I want to make sure that they understand it, and not saying because we have very intelligent listeners, so I know they probably do understand what we're saying. But she never said that.
Yeah.
She said that she would do what has to be done in his absence. She would step up and take the plate and do what needs to be done in his absence. But when he come back, that's when everything will line up and they'll walk hand in hand in what they're trying to do. I'm gonna go back to Jordan, and Badger coming to you next. So be on standby, Badger. Jordan, what's on your heart, sis?
I'm sorry, I was on mute. I'm
Oh, okay.
sorry.
Oh no, you're fine.
Listen, I think that these conversations are wonderful to be had because people are able to get different perspectives.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes we have conversations and we're in an echo chamber. Everybody's saying the same thing, reinforcing something. But what if we've forgotten something? What if something has never made it to the table for discussion? Different perspectives help us grow. And so that's what I see happening. I
Mm-hmm.
respect the brother for listening to my little bit of, critiquing because, who am I? And I respect you for having a platform that brings so many diverse people together.
Praise
I'm
God.
always the champion of the family.
Mm-hmm.
Above that, I'm always the advocate for the child. And there can never be a negative about our community coming together as a collective or about men and women finding a safe place together. Because when they do so, our children benefit. And isn't that the ultimate goal for our children and our grandchildren to be able to have what we didn't have, to be able to feel secure and safe in their own homes, and for us to be able to pour into them in a positive way.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll land my plane right there.
Good deal. Good deal. Badger. Good morning, Badger. How you doing this morning?
Good morning. Another beautiful and blessed day.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Brand new year on a Monday. Ain't that something? But
Yes,
Badger,
sir.
are men more sensitive than women?
Oh, man.
Come on.
I heard you ask that a second ago. So I was thinking while I was listening, I would, I wouldn't say in the typical emotional sense. Most of the men that I know are very prideful, and in that way, they are sensitive.
Mm-hmm.
Um, a man that holds on to his pride way too hard, not willing to accept that he can be wrong. Um, there's a lot of those men out there.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but but then more than you're saying more than a woman?
Yeah. A man who is more sensitive, men or women? Let me switch
I'd
it up
say
on you
it's
a little bit.
it's even,
Mm.
but not for the same reasons.
Okay. Explain it to me.
Well, man is pride and ego.
Mm-hmm.
That's those are our biggest downfalls.
Why so?
We get I've s- I've seen too many situations where men will put themselves even before God.
Mm.
Um, most of the time, uh, men are more prideful and more stubborn than to even be open to a new idea, to accept that they're wrong. Because it's that some claim it's the warrior spirit and stuff. I just claim it's just stubbornness to me.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Do you think
so
some do you think some men are stuck in in a caveman mindset?
for sure,
Mm.
um, definitely for sure.
Mm-hmm.
So, and well, it's like talking about the house, how the house is ran, right?
Uh-huh.
Most men are going to say it's my house, even though they're married, my house. And I'm going, you're married. Why isn't it our house?
Mm-hmm.
Why can't you acknowledge the other half? Why are you being singular in a relationship? That's pride and ego. If
Mm-hmm.
they're singular in their relationship, they're probably singular in their relationship with God too. Their actions and the way that a person walks, not just the I've seen a lot of people speak that come across rude and angry and stuff like that, but they spend every day nonstop helping other people.
Mm.
So if they would just not talk, they'd probably have a whole bunch of friends. But their actions are all about helping others. I'm a good example of that.
Good deal. Good deal.
So
508-924-3521. 508-924-3521.
we
Toussaint, come on, brother. I see you over there. Come on, let's talk.
This is the type of conversation that would make people assume that I come out throwing blows and cutting people. This is the very one, Jordan, you are correct. This is the type of conversation that here he go again. He done uppercut somebody and he done throw some blows and he just won't listen because he's that type of fella. Not him. He's one of these brothers that he's just masculine and he's just manly and he ain't gonna wash no dishes, he ain't gonna sweep no floor, he ain't finna do that. Stay out of my yard. I'm gonna mow the yard, and you better not get caught putting out the trash. Some of that's right. Because we got to keep some kind of sanity in this society that we live in. That we can't. It seemed like in our attempt to be equally yoked, let me say equally yoked, we want to be people, and we are. But I think what I see is it's almost those of us, I say us, that's still trying to hold on to some kind of sanity. I say sanity in a man's role, a woman's role, people's role, raising up a family, keeping things together. Somebody got to be somewhere, and both, you can't have two heads. That don't make no sense. It really doesn't. And I'm not saying this. I don't say that it's my home, but I say it's my home because I live here. And I don't. If dishes need to be washed, I'm going in there and wash them. I don't like a messy house. I mean, it is just what it is. And if something needs to be cooked, I'm gonna cook it. If she want to cook, fine. If she want to work, fine. It really don't make me no difference. But it seems like that we are almost getting to the point where we're jeopardizing women are moving up at the stake of almost of point. You got to come down some more. Come on back down. Come on down some more. God has changed his mind, and now it's time for women to lead.
Do you agree with that?
No, I don't agree with that.
Okay.
It's almost there though. Because I listen and I hear and I see it. There's women that's functioning. They can function without a man, but you know what they're doing? Functioning without a man. And to the point where there are some men that says, y'all go on with that. And let me tell you something. Let me just be honest.
How do we get here?
I believe that we have I don't know.
Devolved instead of evolved, devolved.
Lack of communication. Lack of communication. Lack of communication. Clear communication.
Jordan said she wanted to help you.
Yes, go ahead.
Toya, what is he coming to you next? Be on standby.
So brother, I want to point out something to you. Back in the 20s and whatever, I forget what year. You remember we had World War I, and in World War I there was a draft, and so many of our men were taken away from us, and women were required to fill in the gap, so to speak. So the war ended. Our men came home. We went through a terrible depression, and then a few decades later, we had another world war. That world war killed off millions of our men. The reason that is important, sir, is because it takes generations to be able to make up the differences that come from war. There will always be, for many years to come, more women in this country of marriageable age than men. What does that mean? It means that some women will be alone. You can't just wait until you're 40 or 45 to say, let me try to get it together because no husband seems to be coming. You have to plan for your own life, your own future. None of it means that these women don't need a man. It means that there are not enough of you all to go around. That is the thing that's not brought up in this conversation. We're living in a society where it's one man, one woman. If that's the case, and women outnumber men 9-1, 8 women will be left alone. Must they be poor and destitute? No, they must demonstrate some level of self-sufficiency. Now, what I have a problem with is sometimes in religion, you can't take the regular usher from the regular morning service and make that person the ambassador of the faith, because they may not be able to have those oratory skills that are necessary. So they stumble a bit. Likewise, you can't take some random woman and say that she's the ambassador of single women. How she phrases it is different. She'll say to you, I don't need a man. But Brother Toussaint, let me tell you what she may mean if you were to question her a little bit closer. What she may mean, sir, is that she prayed for a partner, dreamed and hoped that one would come. And in in that, she wanted him to find her capable and desirable. So she improved her circumstance. Her wish was, whenever he arrived, to be able to contribute something so that he knows she's in it for the long haul. She's capable. He didn't have to have that stress that he would have with someone who he has to do everything for. When the moment comes that you sit at the table and you say, I'd like to make this official. I'd like to merge these two companies, mine and yours. She's able to say, you don't have to fret. You don't have to worry. I have acquired these things, these skills, this education, this home, whatever. It's a demonstration of my capability as a partner. And I did it not for myself because I'm fiercely independent or because, I have some sort of ego. I did it because I prayed for you and I knew that one day you would arrive. And when you arrived, I wanted to make your decision easier because we do have to compete as the 9 against the 1. When I go to the table to compete, for you, Toussaint, I wanted to be clear. I have some things on this table, some things that make your life easier. I don't want to be the one at the table with you, and all I'm doing is just batting my eyelashes, Toussaint. Do you see the difference in how it is presented? Sometimes the capable woman does it because she's dreaming of you. And when you arrive, she's able to say, see, I wasn't just sitting idle, twiddling my thumbs. I wasn't just curling my hair every day. I was accomplishing things.
Good deal. Good deal. 508-924-3521. The phone lines are open. Great conversation we're having today. This is the Raheen Ashimi Show. We're kicking off the year not with the Morning Glow, but with the Raheen Ashimi Show, and we got a lot more liberties on this particular broadcast to go a little further, if you will. Toy, you with a T. What's on your heart, sis? Talk to me.
No, yes, ma'am. She was preaching when she said that. Very beautifully said. I wish I wasn't from the projects, and one day I'm gonna get it together to be as articulate. Until then, I'm gonna say it like me.
Lord Jesus, Lord.
Stop it.
I love a strong man. Ain't nothing wrong with no strong man, but I am strong too. And that's how my father raised me, a man. And he taught me about the Lord. And he taught me my position, and I choose the strength that I want to hold on to. I'm very capable of doing a multitude of different things that men do because a man raised me plumbing, cars, building homes. A lot of women, we don't build them like that. When boys are little and they run and they fall, we say, get up, don't cry.
Mm-hmm.
When a little girl runs and she falls, we baby her. So, especially due to the nature and how we raise these two beings, is going to determine how sensitive they may respond to things. But down inside as a human, just because I don't respond that way, don't mean that I'm not sensitive to it. And this is where we get confused at when we go to playing these roles and calling these roles and think because this is your role that you don't have a feeling because you're the man. You don't want just as big of a gift on Father's Day because you're the man. You don't want just as big of a gift on Christmas or attention as we have trained us to think that the woman requires because you're a man. But at the end of the day, when we talk about equality, how selfish is that? I mean, I'm just being honest.
Mm-hmm. Come on.
The dynamics of the universe has set a precedent on a man and a woman, and these things that we do that determines who we are. I have the baby, you make the baby, you put the baby in me. So, what I'm learning from God, because see, my father got me out of control. I mean, I have to submit because I already know how to do everything for myself. Yeah, I'm all for paying for half the bills. Yeah, you're gonna take care of me, but you're gonna have half that check too, because I'm not gonna let you do nothing alone, baby. I understand and I know who I am as a woman, as a loving person, and I'm going to be that to my man, no matter how strong he is. But the fact and the reality is that I know a lot more than the average, typical man knows today in 2024.
Mm-hmm.
Because, like
Toy.
I put in the
Yeah. So let me ask you a question, and this is certainly this is certainly not geared toward what you just said, but is that or can that be a part or a piece of the problem that a lot of times we think we know more than each other? I'm not gonna say that women think they know more than men or men think they know more than women, but we think that we know more than each other, and we don't sit down and have the conversation and the communication to find out what we really know and what we don't know, and help and assist each other in this journey.
Absolutely. That has a lot to do with it. And it helps respect.
Yes.
You get respect from positional and you get earned respect. So from your position as a man or a person, you might get respect. But the more I get to know you, the more I say you don't know. Hold up. You don't know stuff. You don't do stuff. You don't do the right stuff. You do different stuff. You do stupid stuff. You just do all this weird stuff. And it doesn't fall in the line with what we know is the right thing to do. Of course, respect is going to be an issue. The same way a child is going to lose respect for that parent that you letting them smoke and drink in front of you, you smoking and drinking with them. It's going to be very hard to tame a child like that because the hierarchy goes otherwise. Will you make it through? Yeah, you will. Will your child probably come back around and understand one day that, oh, I was wrong? Probably so, but it doesn't take away the fact that the hierarchy is supposed to go a certain way. And there's certain things you're not supposed to do with your child, certain things men are not supposed to do in front of women. You know what I'm saying? And then when we get together and we produce, last thing, I'm going to wrap it up, like I said in the chat. We know that racism is not taught. So that means the people who are walking around in the KKK uniform, they were trained. That's the way they were brought up. So it's the same way with anybody else. If you were taught a feministic or chauvinistic way, when you grow up, you're going to respond and act out of that feministic or chauvinistic way. That's why we talk about toxic masculinity and this toxic femininity, because we grew up in these environments, and this is how people portray how we should be treating each other. When at the end of the day, if we go to the golden rule that goes for everybody, treat or do unto others as you want others to do unto you. If we follow that one rule, then we would probably be in a better place, because I'm tripping over you now trying to cook for you, and you tripping. We trying to beat each other to the kitchen, trying to cook and clean for each other. We trying to beat each other to work because I want to outdo you and buy you and take care of you more better than how you take care of me, because I'm already taken care of. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Once we understand that mark in those positions, we might be able to have a better grip on how to actually get together and move the whole community in that direction.
Good deal. Good. Let me stir the pot up just a little bit. Cassandra, are you there? Cassandra.
Yes,
Okay.
yes, yes.
Cassandra, can a very strong, independent woman run a man off because of her independence?
Yeah, anybody can run anybody off, or a man can run a woman off. Anybody can do that.
Mm-hmm.
It happens.
Mm-hmm.
It happens. And most women that are strong, we're not strong because we want to be this masculine figure.
Mm-hmm.
We're strong because we've had to do it on our own. And I know that personally.
Mm-hmm.
I'm considered a very strong woman by anybody that meets me. But my thing is, I know my place when it comes to being in a relationship.
Mm-hmm.
I know my place. I know who I am. I know where I'm supposed to be. I know where my husband is supposed to be. I've
Mm-hmm.
never had any problem with that.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I don't like, that, thing we're running them off. No, if you're intimidated by a woman because you're insecure, that's not her fault.
Mm-hmm.
She's not trying to assert herself over you or anything else. It's the fact that she has had to take care of herself, her children, her household, because either a man walked away because he wanted to, not because she made him walk away.
Mm-hmm.
I this is the wrong, this is not good
So
for me. So I'm going to stop right there because,
okay.
people will get offended by what I say because I've had to be strong and
Mm-hmm.
raise children by myself. And I know that I was a good wife.
Mm-hmm.
You understand?
Yeah.
So it
Yeah.
had nothing to do with me being strong that he walked away. He walked away because he wanted to walk away.
Mm-hmm. So you don't think
He
that
wanted what he wanted.
okay, but you don't think that and I hate to put it in this way, but this is the Raheen Ashimi show. We talk on here. Um, do you think sometime a woman could be quote unquote too strong and too independent that she leave no
I don't.
position that she leave
I
no position for the
Yeah,
man?
Raheen, yeah. But her reasons for that, maybe she needs to work on how she presents her strength.
Mm-hmm.
But you need to know that background. See, I'm not going to take down on this because I know too many women that are strong women that had to be that way,
Mm-hmm.
but not wanting to be a man and not trying to be masculine.
Mm-hmm.
So, my take on this is going to be straight, solid. I'm not deflecting or changing in any way my stand on this. I've worked with women for almost 40 years and I've seen how they've been treated and how they've had to stand and take care of families when the
Mm-hmm.
man of the household would not do it.
Mm-hmm.
So, I'm not really not a good person because, this is what I do on a daily basis.
Yes.
Work with people that are hurting, so I'm not the person that will say, oh yeah, she's just too strong because some women have had to be strong mentally, spiritually above what they want because of the situations that they were placed in.
Mm.
So it's totally different. My stand on it will be totally different from others, probably.
Tucson, what do you say to that, man? Badger, coming to you next. Be on standby, brother. Do you think a woman could be too strong and too independent that she could run the quote unquote the right man off because of the fact that he have no position? What am I? Why am I here? What am I doing? Tucson, what do you
Well,
say to that?
well, I think that this is a healthy conversation,
Mm-hmm.
and I think that I think everybody even is basically saying some of the same things. But what I'm seeing is what I'm thinking now is that you have, let's say, a woman that has been doing this thing for 20, 30 years,
Yes.
and she's done well.
Mm-hmm.
And here comes this guy that's been basically looking for that woman for some time. And they finally come together. You know what happens most of the time? And I'm just saying, they continue to live that life of trying to be that person
Mm-hmm.
for that person they desire in the relationship.
Mm-hmm.
And it winds up dissipating
Mm.
because nobody sees that they no longer need to do that. Now they need to blend their efforts together and just function as people. That's
Mm-hmm.
the hardest thing for us to do, especially in this society. And maybe Badger can help me with this because maybe that I don't there's a word that I've heard um that I'm trying to get through my head, and it's kind of almost saying that toxic, toxic, something toxic masculinity.
Masculinity, toxic
That
masculinity. Yeah.
that
Mm-hmm.
because when I hear that, um, that's what makes me say it's almost saying that now in this time that we live in, man, you need to come down a little bit and um show your gentle side.
Mm. Mm. Wow. You almost made me choke on that one, brother.
I'm just saying. I'm just saying. I know I'm just out of time, but I'm not out of words with that one
Hmm.
because
Hmm.
I'm like, and here's the thing, I am like Cassandra is on the other side.
Hmm. So you think?
Cassandra is like, I'm not gonna I'm not gonna dumb it down on this. It's kind of like a wise person comes in the room, and then
Hmm.
a person that is wiser than him shows
Mm.
up.
Mm. You don't.
Both
They're
of
the
them.
jockey for position. They jockey for position. And want no one want to give anything.
No, but you can learn from each other.
Hmm.
You take each other wisdom and go in a positive direction.
And that's
No,
a
you know
part of the
what we
problem.
do?
That's a part of the problem. That's a part of the problem right there.
That's
They don't want
yeah.
to. Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
we don't want to because we both say, I'm just wise.
Hmm.
And therefore, instead of us walking together, you say you take your wisdom your way, I take mine the other way, and let's let the world go around like it is.
Hmm. Wow.
Does that make any sense?
It. Look, a little bit. A little bit. Wow. Badger.
Yes, sir.
Do women, these independent women that we're talking about right now,
Hmm.
and she's been that way for raising a family, doing everything in the household for 5, 10, whatever years, and she meets somebody, and he's supposed to quote unquote be her soulmate. Does she know when to take off her boxing glove because she's having to fight? You know, she's had to fight for so long, make and scratch and make sure everything is done. Does a woman know when to take off those boxing gloves and put them in the closet somewhere and let the family go as it should go?
Um, sounds like that woman probably has enough knowledge to know what communication is.
No, I say, does she know when to take off her boxing gloves? Because she's been doing so much for so long. She's been having to do everything. She's had to be quote had to be the balance in the household, and the balance of the man and woman working together collectively. But she had to be everything on her own, fighting and fighting for everything. Now that he's in that household, do she know when to take off those boxing gloves?
I think most of them do
Mm,
in the way that you're describing it.
mm,
See, if saying the word soulmate, if that really is the case, there's a difference between the man being so prideful and the woman being highly independent, where they clash. But if they're open to communication, it's not an issue
wow,
because they're going to find that balance.
it's amazing how you drew that picture just now. Man being so prideful and a woman being so independent. It's amazing how you put such a gap between them. But go ahead.
That's my standpoint on a lot of
Yeah,
things.
yeah,
So,
it is.
but to boil it down, if they're really meant for each other, it's going to work out.
Mm,
In a real in those kinds of situations, there's a lot of patience and a lot of learning, and then it's going to be up to both of those individuals on how much they're willing to support each other in what the man would like to do and what the woman would like to do.
Mm-hmm.
So is it possible? Yes.
Okay.
But I feel it also very much depends on how the man comes into the relationship.
Wow.
If he comes in trying to want to run everything and demeanor her, that's a problem.
Badger, do you understand, brother? And I want to ask you this question. Do you understand a lot of times you put more emphasis and more of the negativity on the man, and you try to take all of it off of the woman? That, and I don't think that's a healthy. I don't think that's a healthy thing to do either, because if it is what it is, you can't put all the emphasis on the man in every situation and put none of the emphasis on the woman. If she's just independent
You
and
do it too. You do it
no,
too.
no, 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 no. I do not. I do not. Because
Yes, you
like
do.
like I say, what I try to do. No, no, no. I'm not trying. I don't play that. I don't play that middle like that. I deal with both sides of it. That's why I say all the time. That's why I say all the time. I deal with both sides of the coin because that's what I like to deal with. But with our brother Badger, a lot of time, he's always in favor of the woman. I'm not always in favor of the man. I talk about what it is, but Badger he tends to be, and maybe he can explain it to me, but he tends to always be in favor of the woman, and the man is the male masculinity, toxic masculinity. He's the this and he's that and he's that, and he always being in control, always telling the woman what to do and blah 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 blah. Brother, if we bring in two people together, we have to bring them together on an equal plane. If we don't do that, then we further in the problem, I think.
So most men I have run into literally will tell me that the woman is to obey them.
Wow,
Nah.
wow,
Most men
wow.
I have met.
When have you ever heard me say that?
I didn't say the people on here, and I'm not. And you saying all men? No, I don't think all men are like that. I have met some that there's a balance in their house. They acknowledge what their wife is capable of, or their girlfriends, whatever word they're using, depending on where they're at in the process. And there's a lot of respect there and open communication.
Mm.
But you also have to remember, I walk the streets a lot. There's a lot of men that think a woman is supposed to obey them. That's the toxic masculinity I'm talking about. The ones that think like that.
I don't
Because
think
it's
like that, bro.
wrong. I
I
understand you don't.
mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
So when you're asking me that question, why I'm a lot of times more on the men, well, if the woman has dealt with men that are like that over and over and over again, that's a
Mm-hmm.
lot of trauma that they're going to have to heal from. And they're going to automatically be defensive and all kinds of things. So, yes, I do have a little bit more compassion for women than I do men. Because men, us men, need to also make sure we're helping other men learn to quit holding the sword out all the time and learn how to sheath it and know when to be the protector and when to back off to get and let their woman do their thing.
So who's gonna teach the woman the same thing?
Women teach women, men teach men.
That's how it is. Maybe that's why we're in the situation that we're in, because nobody's teaching right now.
There's people out there teaching. It just depends on if people want to listen. And
Wow.
that's where stubbornness and
So so,
pride and ego
so
comes in.
now we're gonna say stubbornness and pride and all that stuff. We go ahead, do son.
Oh, I'm just asking for a friend, and maybe I'm not the person to. And Cassandra, you can come in. I don't care, but if and this is not one of them uppercuts, okay? So I'm just asking Badger. I'm going to ask you
Mm-hmm.
if it was if you were asked the question, where would be the most arrogance in all of this? Would it be mostly us, people like me for sure, men, this toxic
Masculinity.
um, masculinity,
Mm-hmm.
or this
Wow.
thrive to be this, I don't know how to say it. It's not a Cassandra, it's just I just won't have it. I'm not gonna um I've been opening the door all this time. I'm gonna still open the door, and
Mm-hmm.
I'm on my yard, and I'm gonna put out the trash. I'm gonna do all of this because I've been doing it all my life, and I'm still gonna do it. And I really don't need you to do it because I can do it for myself. So when a man comes along and he's like, okay, I've been brought up to do those things. Don't don't go out there. You don't have no business even pumping the gas.
Mm-hmm.
Don't make no sense to me.
Yeah.
I'm sitting in the car. Don't you get out and embarrass me.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe that may be something that I'm trying to hold on to. That's embarrassing to me for me to be sitting in the car
Yeah.
and my wife is outside pumping the
Mm.
gas. That hurt my feelings.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely.
Was that to me?
Yes.
Yes.
So, to me, what you're describing is silvery. I'm probably pronouncing it wrong, and I'm sorry for anyone listening.
Mm-hmm.
Shiver.
But
Chivalry.
yeah, you've probably had the communication with your wife that this is what you want to do to show how you protect and how you are in this relationship, right? So you've had that communication between you and your wife of where you stand, and I'm pretty sure you're supportive in some of the things that she wants to do, right?
Yes. Very.
So do you tell your wife to obey you? That's the
I don't
difference.
use that word. I better not use that word.
Oh,
I
see,
better not.
okay, hold on.
I'm telling
That's
you
the
right now.
difference.
I better not. I better not. I'm gonna tell you that right now. As much as I may be in some kind of way, I better not
Mm-hmm.
ever tell my wife that she needs to obey me because I'm gonna
Mm.
have problems from that point on. I
From that
bet
day
Right.
you
on.
that. I
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
bet you that.
that's the difference. With the question that you're asking me, that what you're describing, I don't consider toxic masculinity. You had a relationship with your wife knew who she was marrying, you knew who you were marrying, and y'all found a path to walk side by side and lift each other up and grow in the process, right? That's not toxic.
Mm. Okay. My thing is this right here. If and if I was in a circle, go back to you also said that most of the men that you come in contact with that you see and stuff like that. If I was in a situation whereas most of the men that I saw or hung around felt that way about women, I would certainly find myself a different circle, man. I don't want to be dealing with y'all, man. Y'all got that caveman mentality. Speaking of woman, you could grab her by the hand, and pull her around wherever you want her to go. Nah, man, that's nah. I can't deal with y'all cats. Cassandra, what's on your heart? Cassandra?
Yeah, I don't,
Come on. This the Raheen
I
Ashimi
think,
show. Say it. Say it.
Badger is very, right in what, when he talks about toxic masculinity, because a lot of men operate in this area. And I'm just talking about men that I talk to, and they really have it bad when it comes to, a woman's place, and man, we can pretend like it ain't real, but
Mm,
it is. And I've heard conversations on here where it was totally woman bashing. I'm sorry.
mm,
And I've been doing this show from the very first show.
mm-hmm.
And not this show, but Morning Glow. If we
Yeah,
were doing
yeah.
Morning Glow,
Mm-hmm.
and I've heard it myself.
Mm-hmm.
And so, yes, there are people on here that believe that a woman has her place in what she does, but it's not to be mistreated or talked to any kind of way or treated any kind of way. And most women are not by themselves because they choose to be by themselves. But you have a group of men now that they know when you have as many choices as they have, they are going to run the cow and drink all the milk until it ain't no more milk left because they can. Now, if they were operating as quote unquote good men, then they would go ahead, date, find who they want to be with, the one person, and then they would do that. That's not what's happening. Most men are not even today, even you guys are married on here, most of you.
Yes.
I'm talking single men ain't even thinking about marriage because it's too much out there to enjoy. So they're screwing everything that they can, point blank, bottom line, and ain't even thinking about no commitment because they don't have to. And even if the women are saying, no, I want to wait for marriage, you know what they do? They move on to the next woman. These are men that say that they are Christian men. Y'all don't come to me with, I mean, it's something, don't even try it. I'm a woman. I've dealt with women for almost 40 years. I know the conversations that I have. I know how men move on. And I've spoken to brothers and say, man, there's too much out here. I'm just enjoying myself. I'm just enjoying myself.
See,
So, you know, we can pretend like, oh, it's these brothers, yeah, they want to be married and they want to commit to relationship. No, they don't. It's too much out there. It's too much out there.
And my thing is this right here, Cassandra. I've actually had a conversation with a lot of brothers that is on the other side of the spectrum. That's on the other side of the spectrum. They really want to settle down. They're doing very well for themselves. They want to settle down, but they have said, and I can't speak on this because I've been married to the same woman for 27 years. I don't know what I don't know that side because I can't speak on it. I've been married 27 years. My beautiful wife, man, the same woman. You know, 2 or 3 different married. I've been married to the same woman for 27 years. And going on 28. But my thing is, so I don't know about all that, but I do know that I'm speaking to brothers out there, and they say that, man, these women are playing more games than men. They, I don't know rather, who they got this little saying, who invented the game, who mastered the game, and all this stuff. But my thing is, it's a game, and so in a game, somebody got to win, somebody got to lose. And so these guys saying, I really want to find somebody that I could spend the rest of my life. They're doing very well, but I want to find somebody I could spend the rest of my life with. But a lot of these women are playing more games than men. I see videos and stuff like that, all kind of stuff. This one woman, and I know y'all saw this, and I don't know if it was a skit or whatever it was, but she didn't want to go to a Cheesecake Factory. And she said that this man, in our first date, blah, 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 you gonna take me to the Cheesecake Factory? He said, yeah, I want to go here. We're gonna have a good time. We're gonna enjoy ourselves, blah, blah, blah. Come on, man. Don't make it so difficult. Come together. Y'all come together. And men are wrong. Women are wrong. They both are wrong. They both are wrong. And so, but my thing is, when we're gonna get it to the place where one of them are right and they could do the right thing for each other in moving this relationship forward. Jordan, what's on your heart?
May I?
Yes.
So, the example that you gave, it was indeed a skit. A woman in a $4 dress decided that she wanted to go viral on this app. And so she put something out there that was relatable to a lot of people. The problem with people's thirst for fame and notoriety is that it too can become a toxic trait. She has everybody thinking that is how women think. Not all women think that way. My grandfather has this saying. He says that comparison is the thief of joy. When you compare your situation to somebody else's situation, it's always going to make it look different. What we have to do is find the person who meets our needs. We have to present ourselves in a way that person sees us for who we truly are, and everybody can decide if this is a suitable match. We have to also factor into this situation that there are more women than there are men. That is our truth. And as long as that exists, you have to factor in, what do the unchosen people do? The unchosen people are sometimes upset at not being chosen. And they create a type of propaganda. Because for example, let me say it this way. There are a lot of people who are not engaging in relations with other partners. But instead of saying, I'm not engaging in that, I'm not actively participating because nobody's asking me, nobody's choosing me. Instead of saying that, they say, oh, I just choose to be celibate. No, that's not the truth. Because if somebody asks you tomorrow, you'll say yes. The problem is you're not at the top of anybody's list. And over time, people become bitter and resentful at not being chosen because you see all the other people around you happy and engaged. And those people, instead of reflecting on themselves and deciding, Maybe I need to be a little more humble in how I approach people. Maybe I need to be more polite, less aggressive. Maybe I need to lose a little weight. Maybe I need to, I don't know, change my hair or something. Instead of examining self, we are projecting our own resentment and insecurities onto everybody else. That's toxic behavior. You have to recognize according to the numbers, every woman will not get a husband. Some women will get 2 or 3 husbands. It's unfair, but that's the way things roll sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
Because some women are of that caliber. Maybe they're pretty, maybe they're agreeable, maybe they're a good cook, or whatever those characteristics are. We got to stop making it seem as though we can make one adjustment and then everybody will be happy. We're not. And even sometimes the men who find themselves in marriages, even sometimes they're in marriage. And marriage is not perfect. It's difficult. It has its ups and downs, its highs, its lows. You're in your car and you're driving. And how many times in our cars when we're driving do we take a look at the scenery?
Mm.
You got the one in the car with you, but there's 8 others, you know what I'm saying, at the bus stop. And then in your town, sometimes there's 3, 4, 5 bus stops on your way to your destination. Sometimes you're looking. Those at the bus stop may look different than what's in your car. Everybody don't have the self-control and discipline, you know what I'm saying, not to stop at a bus stop on occasion. That's the problem. The problem is everybody has to have a standard and say, if this is this woman's husband, let me not mess with this woman's husband. But we don't have that standard. Everybody wants to be loved by somebody. So the unchosen are always going to wreak havoc and make chaos. What we have to do is label them as what they are. These are the antics of the unchosen.
Mm.
Instead of putting that upon everybody and saying everybody acts this way. No, they don't.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody is not like that. Even the men sometimes who possess toxic traits. Not all men are toxic.
Mm-hmm.
On this conversation, the only one who has problems is Tucson. I'm just joking. Tucson. I'm just joking.
Oh, look at that. Look at that. It's an uppercut, right hook, and an elbow at the same time.
My friend, I'm just joking. Listen, you got a wife, so somebody don't mind whatever it is you're putting out.
Uh-oh.
Somebody like what you're putting out.
She said somebody. 508-924-3521. 508-924-3521. We're talking about relationships and the difficulties. Let's say it that way, the difficulties in relationship. Let me go to Stanley. Stanley, good morning. How are you doing this morning?
Good morning, brother. Happy New Year to everyone.
Hey, Happy New Year to you as well, sir. Stanley, do you?
Thank you.
Let me go here with you. Are men, who's more sensitive, men or women? Are men more sensitive than women? And Shanavia, coming to you next, sis.
Well, I'm not gonna say more sensitive. I think a lot of this too, man. You know, I've been listening to y'all later conversation, so I'm coming in kind of on the end of what y'all talking about.
Mm-hmm.
But I think a lot of this sensitivity is on in how you was brought up in the environment which you was raised.
Mm-hmm.
So some men are sensitive because they were brought up with women and they show their feelings and stuff like that. But a lot of men was brought up around men and we was taught to be hard and you didn't show any emotions and all that kind of stuff.
Is that healthy?
Relationship,
is that healthy?
It's not really healthy, but it's better, I guess, than alternative because and I've been in situations like that. Sometimes when you show your sensitive side, to some women, they tend to take advantage of it.
Mm.
So men have to always keep their guard up. You know, we have to try to be hard all the time because if you show a sensitive side, some women will, make that seem like you're weak.
Mm-hmm.
That's why men, like big boys, don't cry, toughen up, shake it off, and all that kind of stuff. That's why a lot of men are brought up like that.
Mm-hmm. Wow.
So a lot of women by nature are more sensitive than men, but you have some women that try to be hard, and try not to show that sensitive side. But by nature, women are more sensitive than men.
Mm-hmm.
And as men, just like I said, they brought up around men, they brought up to be hard. They brought up not to show a soft side or emotional side. They just brought up to be hard. And like I said, it may not be healthy, but it all depends on which environment that you're in at the time, I guess.
Good deal. Good deal. Shanavia.
But let me touch something before you go on something that you were saying about. I heard said something about the women. A lot of women today are being influenced by social media and reality TV. That's reality TV and social media has really put a hurting on a lot of people, not just in the United States, but in the world, because a lot of folks want that lavish lifestyle that they see on TV and they see on social media, and they're not really living in reality. They're living what they would like to see because they see what those people are doing. So it's just
trying to keep up with the Joneses. Trying to keep up with the Joneses.
No, not the Joneses. they the Ali's or somebody else. Now it's not even the Joneses. They passed the Joneses.
Wow. Wow. 508-924-3521. Phone lines are open. Give us a call. Shanavia, good morning, young lady. How you doing this morning?
Good morning, y'all. Happy day one of 365.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Shanavia, what has happened to relationships? Do we understand what it is? Do we understand what's going on with them? Do we understand the dynamics of relationships in this day and time? 2024 now. What has happened to relationships?
It became a dying art at one point, and I've listened to a few people, and I can agree with the majority of what they said. Personally, I think that somewhere along the way, I can agree with the influence of social media being a factor in that, and some people just honestly being okay with not being okay and being in relationship to where being toxic is actually attractive.
Wow.
And it's a little bit of everything. Like I was dating a guy last year after my breakup, and he was like, sometimes I'm gonna push your buttons because I want to see you get mad. I'm like, nobody wants that. And I don't want to have to operate with someone to where you're purposely going to trigger me to get a reaction out of me, to know if I like you or not. I'm very upfront with my feelings. If I like you, you're going to know it. If I don't, I'm going to tell you, and I'm going to exit stage left. I cannot operate in an environment to where you're purposely putting me in survival mode. I don't want that. I think that some people are not willing to look at themselves and do whatever work that needs to be done. And I'm not just talking about the physical work. I'm talking about the mental and emotional work of unlearning survival tactics and coping skills that turn into survival skills because you grew up in an unhealthy home or you learned unhealthy habits over the years, and now you're living in those unhealthy habits. We don't want to put in the work. We just think because if I lose this weight, if I make my butt bigger, if I grow some facial hair, if I was just a few inches taller, then that's going to fix everything. And you could be just as beautiful on the outside and be complete trash on the inside.
Wow. Wow.
And we don't want to do that. We're in an identity crisis on what we feel that it is to be a man and what we're told to be a woman. So until we really identify who we are, what we need, what safety looks like for us, what love feels and looks like for us, it's going to be this merry-go-round. And there are people that are out there doing the work. There are people out there that are ready and that has put in the time and the effort to unlearn and then relearn. But those people are not being highlighted, and those people are not the ones that are being seen on these platforms, or at least not at the highest rate that these other people are. So yeah, it's a lot of work that we need to put into it. But I think that we in this identity crisis. We don't know who we are.
Wow. Toya with a T, what do you say to that, man? Have we lost the art of relationships? The relationships like back in the day where, they were together for the rest of 20, 30, 40, whatever years. Have we lost that?
Yeah.
Because, or are we to the point where, it's just a situation where, okay, I don't like the way you chew your food. So next, I don't like,
Okay.
it's so many, are we so quick and willing to throw a person away in this day and time, Toya?
Yeah. I think that because of the dysfunction and the lack of structure in the households, a lot of people don't know how to interact in a relationship. Because if the house is dysfunctional, you're not going to know how to be functional in a
Yeah.
relationship. You know, um, but I don't think it's lost, right? I think that my brother and his wife made. Let me see. I'm 46. 40 years they've been together. 33 years they've been married.
Mm-hmm.
But one thing about doing that it is a fight. It's a lot of hard work.
Yes.
I mean, just to stay on one job, you got to go through all these different changes
Mm-hmm.
and seasons and issues just to make it to retirement. And it's complicated when it comes to a relationship. And I think that's what we take for granted. But oftentimes we take it for granted because of lack of structure. I say this from time to time that we talk about all this other stuff, but we don't never talk about God.
Come on.
And because we enter into these relationships outside of the way he said do it in the first place, it's only going to cause the fight to be even more of a struggle.
Mm-hmm.
And we forget about that. We forget about the infiltration that goes on when we're being raised as a young man and a young woman in an off balanced household. But like what the young lady said, now you got this toxic, mad, angry woman raising 6 black men in one household,
Mm-hmm.
but never teaching them the proper balance of being a real man. And then they got to go and make people. And some of them go off and make 30 something babies. All these
Mm.
different women. Do we stop the cycle? That's not a matter of it wasn't enough. You know what I'm saying? And I think that that's one of the root. Again, like when we create KKK members
Yeah.
by teaching them the racism. It's the same way we do it in our households. When we have these children by these men we are not married to, strike one, uh, then we raise them. Don't take care of that girl. Now, back in the day, remember if you came home and you said you dealing with a girl with babies, your mama was gonna make sure you took care of them babies too. She didn't want to hear all that.
Yeah. Yeah.
She didn't want to hear, you better not have went to that woman's house and not took no food for them kids and them her kids.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't a question. And if you went over there and thought you was going to sleep with her, you going to take care of her and all them kids too. It wasn't a question. That's not what we say in 2024.
Yeah.
That's not what we teach our boys.
Mm-hmm.
We teach our boys, it ain't yours. We teach our boys Maury Povich. Y'all know that is produced. Y'all know that's tail eye vision. And they encourage people to act certain ways. And sometimes the kid do be theirs and they just act all stupid and goofy.
Mm-hmm.
Because somebody said so. So at the end of the day, is social media or television some of the problem on why we have issues too? Because people dictate how we're supposed to act as the angry black woman or the broke black man.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that is a part of it. But at the end of the day, if you are a parent and you let a television out teach you, you let a teacher out teach you, you let a school out teach you, you let a video game out teach you, you let a Santa Claus out teach you, you are only going to be another contributor to the mass confusion we have right now. Because again, we are not utilizing the power that we have when we are creating and birthing our nations.
Mm-hmm. Good deal. Good deal. Again, I'm going to get the phone number one more time before we get out of here. 508-924-3521. 508-924-3521. Give us a call. We'd love to have your input. You're listening to the Raheen Ashimi Show. We're kicking it off with the Raheen Ashimi Show, and we will definitely get back to the Morning Glow starting tomorrow. But the first day of the year, we're doing the Raheen Ashimi Show, and this is a doozy. This is a doozy. Badger, talk to me. Have we lost the art of relationships?
You know, yeah, and many have. I was sitting here thinking about something that Toya said, and it reminded me of a conversation I just had this past Saturday. Um, and Paul from Twitch,
Mm-hmm.
in that political conversation stuff. And so look, I just want us to look at something real quick that ties into everything that we're discussing today. This country was made by we talk about white supremacy and systematic racism, right? We talk about that quite often on here.
Yes.
Who was that predominantly ran by since our country's founding? White males,
Mm-hmm.
because women were not allowed to have positions of power, and people of other races were not allowed to have positions of power. So this male dominant society that committed genocide to my ancestors, the Native Americans, slavery and genocide to the Africans that were brought to America, forced slavery, and other horrible things across the planet, was predominantly done by white males that run our country, run our businesses, and things of that nature. I know anyone listening is probably going to have a really hard time with that. So when we talk about toxic masculinity and about relationships and all these other things, you have to remember we're trying to undo what our society is because of those evil white males that were running our country and our businesses, our schools, our churches, and things of that nature that had this narrative of pushing to keep us fighting and separated from each other. So, yes, we're going to have a hard time understanding relationships. Yes, we're going to have a hard time knowing what the male's role actually is and the woman's role is actually, because we're having to undo a lot of nasty teachings to get back to where we should be.
Mm-hmm. Wow. Wow. Tucson, what do you say to that, man? Have we lost the art of relationships? Do we even know what a relationship should look like in this day and time?
Still, we trying to figure it out still.
Mm-hmm. Wow.
Um,
Where
now,
are our examples?
slim to none, faded, dying, dead. They're grandpas,
Wow.
and they're. How many? Let me ask the question, because we have to point them out. How many 75 and 80-year-old people do you know?
Mm,
That's where they are.
mm,
They're fading out with them.
mm-hmm.
And the rest of us, and here's, let me just say this. The influence of the white man has never been into my household. I ain't studying him. I don't mean
Mm.
no harm.
Yeah.
I don't mean no harm. Racism and segregation and all of that kind of stuff, I don't even entertain it.
Mm-hmm.
When I show up at the job, you're gonna treat me like a man. I promise you that. I'm gonna look at the rules and the regulations and everything that we count on to keep a job. As far as the policies and procedures, I'm gonna look them up to make sure that when I show up, you treat me like I'm supposed to, and I'm gonna conduct myself in order to keep a job. I'm not gonna be influenced by whatever we call dominancy. Ain't nobody dominating me, period. I'm not having it. Period.
Is
I
that
don't care how rich you are. So I don't think that has anything to do with
watch this?
our relationships.
Does that have something to do with what Jordan said about you in the beginning?
No, maybe. She said what she want. She done uppercut me a couple of times and cut me to the core.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
It's okay. It's okay. Sometimes we got to bleed.
Mm-hmm.
Long as we don't bleed out. So and I like what she said now.
Mm-hmm.
You thought I wasn't gonna go there, but sure I am.
Yeah. Yeah.
There are men and women have to get a grip and realize that, honey, you're gonna be by yourself.
Mm.
And
Wow.
here's the bad thing about that. There are people that take how they value life to face value and try to bring that mindset into a relationship, and it don't work.
Yeah. Yeah. That's good. That's good.
We talk about the acceptables, but we don't talk about the ones that are not accepted,
Mm-hmm.
and there's plenty of them. And I'm gonna say this, and I'll shut my mouth because y'all gonna say, "Here you go, cutting uppercut." Some people run their mouth too much.
Mm. Now, would some of those people be women?
I'm glad I said people.
Okay. Okay.
Yes.
And then and then there are some, and I'm gonna say men, that they are like, okay, okay. Now you
Mm.
take that for what it's worth.
Mm. Okay. Okay. I heard somebody in the background said, yes. Who,
Tanya,
who's going to say yes?
Tanya.
Toya, talk to me, sis.
That was me, Jordan.
Okay, Jordan, what,
Yes.
explain to me why you said yes.
I think that as a people, sometimes we all of us talk too much, but especially uh, women. Women
Mm.
sometimes talk so much that we don't even hear what you've said to us. You ever had a conversation with a woman and she tell you how you feel?
Mm.
She'll say something and she'll attribute it to you. She'll say you said this. You're like, I didn't say that.
I think
Because we
Tucson.
even hear
I
what
think
we want to
Tucson had
hear.
a
We
conversation
tune
like
out
that this morning.
everything that doesn't meet our message or that doesn't meet our level of comfort. So we lack communication skills sometimes. I agree, both sides. But in particular, I think that women are guilty of it because we fantasize.
Mm-hmm.
And those fantasies and that dream of what we think is right and proper and fulfilling, it finds its way into every conversation. Let me
Mm-hmm.
tell you what I mean. A woman will go on one date with a man and she'll start trying on his last name.
Mm.
Nothing about the date or the conversation says he sees you as a long-term option. It was just a date.
Mm-hmm.
But we read into it what we want to. And we
Mm-hmm.
hear what we want to hear sometimes, and that makes it difficult for anybody to communicate with us as women sometimes.
Wow. Tucson, he had a conversation this morning with a woman trying to tell him who he was.
And the nerve of that woman.
Hey, Rock, can I say something about that?
Absolutely.
Hey,
Yes, sir. Yes,
hey,
sir.
Raheen, you
You,
got someone on YouTube asking for the number, bro.
Yeah, I sent it to him. Appreciate it. Go ahead. Go
yeah,
ahead.
she's saying they're trying on that man's last name.
Yes.
A lot of times she's not trying on that last name. She's trying out that situation.
Mm.
Because if he pulls up in a Benz or a Bentley or a Porsche or whatever, and he's dressed nice and looks nice and flashing money, a lot of women just looking for help. They're not looking for love. So she may not be trying on his name. She's trying that situation. She's putting herself, oh, okay, he can take care of me. I can live this. When we get back to that lavish lifestyle that a lot of folks are wanting to have, but they're not willing to work for, to put in the effort to get.
Mm-hmm.
They want it like microwave. They want it instantly. So that's what I'm not saying all women, but a lot of women, and even some men are like that. They're looking at, hey, I can come up like this or like that. So
But
you have
see,
to be and getting back to the age thing too, something about these 75 and 80-year-old people. I'm in the country. I'm an
mm-hmm.
hour and a half outside of Atlanta, so it's a lot of men around here in their 70s and 80s and 90s that I still talk to. I was with one. We had a business meeting this past Friday, so there's still some out here. A lot of them haven't gotten out of the cities and in the country, in the rural areas. This brother owns a cattle ranch and all kind of stuff. So I've been talking to him about some stuff. And that's what we have to do. We have to get back to our elders and get some of that wisdom from them before they leave this earth.
Mm-hmm.
But there are still some around. I know a few of them.
Good deal.
Yeah, and like I said, I'm 60, so hey, I'm getting old myself.
Yes, sir. Yeah, but I got to say this for the sisters too, man. I got to, like I said, I like to deal with both sides of the coin. There's a lot of sisters out there, man, that's doing very well for themselves. That don't, they're not trying to try on anybody's last name. They got their own. You know, they're very well off. They're doing very well for themselves. They have their own careers and money, and they don't need
That's
that
why I
part
said
from a man.
some. That's why I
Yeah,
said
yeah, yeah.
some. I didn't say
No, 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 no.
all.
Yeah, I understand. I
Yeah,
understand. But
some.
I'm just saying. I'm just saying
You got
because.
a bunch of
But
yeah,
my thing
you
is this
got a
right here,
bunch
though,
of them out
Stanley.
here that's doing great for themselves. I know a bunch of them
But see,
have their own
listen,
businesses,
Stanley. Hold on, Stanley.
501c,
Stanley,
all kind of stuff.
Stanley. I understand. I understand, and you're absolutely right. But I have to, you know, put out there for listeners to make sure they understand that, you know, there are the other side of the coin too. And I like to deal with both sides of the coin when I deal with something. There's a lot of women out there that's doing very well, man. They don't need a man for his finance, or they don't need a man because he has a Bentley or whatever. They don't need that. They have that they require that on their own. They went out there into this world and they've grabbed onto the things that they think that they want, and they don't need a man to bring that. They need it's the other side that they're looking for. It's the companionship that they're looking for. It's the having someone in their corner that, you know, they can have conversation and communications with, and have that other element in their life. I mean, and so some women don't need your money. They just don't.
That's why we.
Go ahead.
That's why we said some of them.
Yeah, yeah.
And I just put that in the situation with her saying some women try on the men's last name. Some of them try on that last name, but some of them also try on that situation.
Absolutely.
I didn't say all women.
Yeah. Absolutely. Cassandra, what's on your heart? Cassandra?
Yeah, I just want to say this. I'm extremely assertive. I'm not aggressive. Toya, I think that people think women like you and I that we're aggressive. I'm not aggressive. I'm not resentful. I teach relationships. I love knowing that people are having great relationships. I've been married twice. I know what it is to be in a great marriage, and then I know what it is to be in a piss poor marriage. So what my stand and my strength has nothing to do with me just mad at somebody else because they got a relationship. I've been celibate for 24 years this month. 24 years. And I've been celibate not because I can't screw. I did not forget how to do that. I can do that. I am celibate because the word of God, and as a leader, the word of God says that I'm supposed to abstain from fornication. So, or adultery. So what I stand for and how I stand has nothing to do with me being aggressive. I'm not aggressive. I'm assertive. I'm not angry or resentful. I'm celibate because the word of God says that I am supposed to be celibate. And I applaud any woman, any Christian woman, if that's what you want to do, you want to screw with men that you're not married to, you go ahead and do that because that's your choice. You have a choice about that. So I just want to make my position clear when it comes to the assertive and aggressive, because women, and I'm loud. I've always been loud.
No.
I'm loud. So I don't want anybody to misconstrue who I am because I'm loud. I've been loud, a cheerleader and everything else, a protester, activist. That's what I do. I'm loud.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
we just, I think we put people in boxes, and we do that to ourselves. A lot of women, we do that to ourselves or among each other. And we really need to do better about that. Now, what did you have to say? Yes.
Now, Cassandra, would you, and Toya with the T coming to you next, and then we're gonna go to Rico. I made a point, and Stanley didn't say all. He said, he said some. He said he did say some, but I also say that there's some women out there that don't need a man's money. They're doing very well for themselves. They don't need that. That's not what they need. They need the companionship side of it. They got the houses, the cars, and all that stuff. They're doing very well. So what do you say to that, Cassandra?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. There are women that are very confident. Do I want to be? Listen, I know what marriage is. I don't even have to be married again. But I do like companionship. Why? Because I do a lot of social events. And sometimes you don't want to hang out with the girls all the time.
Yeah.
You'd like to have a gentleman, you go to a dinner or or all of these things, award shows that I go to. I would love to have a man, to go. So that's what I'm talking about. I'm not talking about that I have to give somebody else a chance, God. Go ahead, because I've been married before. I know marriage.
Yeah.
And I love it. I love it. So, I don't want it to seem like women are out here. There are some desperate women, but I don't feel like I'm desperate. And I ain't speaking for Toya or Navy, but they're not desperate. Navy explains it very well, So we're not desperate women.
Yeah.
If we're going to get married, then that's God's decision for us. And we're willing to wait for that person, the right person.
That's
So,
good.
I ain't that with that.
Good deal. Toya with a T, talk to me, sis.
Hi. Oh yeah, I'm all the above. I just said, let me tell you something. I made it my business when I was younger to make sure that I was a terror.
Wow.
Because if you can get past that, you deserve all the goodness that I have to offer. I don't want nothing that's gonna break easy about me. Because life can take some turns, baby. And I need to know that you're just as strong as me, honey. I don't have a problem taking care of my own self, but I feel like I need to get with somebody that when we get together, we take care of each other. It's called a power couple. And that's why you love me. Because I match your swag. Because it ain't nothing that you do alone like that. Yeah, I know it's your job, but I'm gonna come help you. So when I'm doing my job, why not come help me too? You're not weak because you come help me wash the dishes after the meal I just cooked for you, baby. I'm always looking up new dishes, trying to make it exciting for you instead of just slopping something in the pan and serving it to you because you get on my nerve, Harpo. We need to pay attention to things like this. It's hard work.
Mama said
right?
every day is like this.
I'm just saying, you might.
Mama.
I'm just saying, I just really think that when it comes to dealing with relationships, we go at it from a wrong angle. We don't go. We supposed to. That's how we were supposed to go at. You ain't supposed to be laying with nobody unless you want to marry her. That's what it was. They were prearranging stuff. But then we done changed society now. Now we just could sow royal oats and stuff and things. It ain't no responsibility attached to having sex now. So that's why everybody doing it willy-nilly. Because at one point in time, if your Peter Wacker went there, you was going there and you was finna get married to the whole, and they was finna have this whole shotgun wedding, honey, and everybody getting married, and they bringing both sides, and it finna be what it is. I mean, I'm just saying. And then we grew away from that and we grew into independence. Now we're okay with having casual sex because I want to have sex and not marry you. I want to have babies from you and not marry you. I want to have babies from you and a couple of other people and then sit back and wonder what's going on. Why is there confusion in my house with all the different little bloods running around? There's so much behind this that we don't even think about on a daily basis because we just moving casually. We don't even understand. We treating it like we raising goldfish.
Exactly.
But it's okay.
Wow.
Because at the end of the day, if we don't check ourselves, it's not about me checking nobody else. I'm going to tell you what God kept telling me. Every time I told him about an excuse on why I was the way I was, why I did what I did, why I didn't want to surrender, he brought it right back to me. But what about you?
Wow. That's what it is. We're gonna go in this order right here. We're gonna go Rico, Leonard, and we're gonna go to we got Taylor on the line as well. So Rico, we're talking about relationships, man. Have we lost the art of relationships? Is everybody just playing a game in this day and time? We in 2024 now, and this is the Raheen Ashimi show. So Rico, let's talk about it. Good morning. How you doing this morning?
Man, I can't complain, man. Go ahead and let her go.
That's Miss Taylor.
Hi, yes.
Good morning. How you doing this morning?
How are you?
I'm doing well. Good to have you with us. Have we lost the art of relationships? Have we lost the art of relationship? Do people know how to have a relationship in this day and time?
Honestly, I do feel that people have lost the art of relationships because I feel that people can't stop focusing on themselves. When you're in a relationship, it's not just about you. It's about more than that. It's like it's a partnership.
Yes.
And I feel like if it's not about the other person, I feel like, that's where things happen. That's where things go wrong.
How do we get so off-centered?
I feel like it starts with, honestly, the way we were brought up. Like I was listening in earlier, And I was just thinking about the fact that your guest mentioned many people are dying off. All the good people are dying off. My grandmother, who raised me, I'm 37. She raised me from when I was a baby, and she taught me so many lessons. And when I say good parenting is missing, we're missing good parenting. Where my grandmother actually sat down and taught me life lessons. When I was, went back with my mom to raise me, nothing against my mother, but nothing was taught there. I was left on my own to figure out life, so I feel like because of this, people are just living life, figuring things out for themselves instead of really being taught the way they're supposed to.
Wow. And I think that's a big part of it right there, not being taught the way that they're supposed to. Rico, talk to me, brother.
Yeah, I agree. First off, let me say I'm just happy to see another new day and another new year of existence.
Yes, sir.
And happy that everybody else here is able to say the same thing because a lot of people made it to just right before Christmas and then they still left out of here.
Yep.
Amen.
That's right. That's right.
I just want to say, that's what it is.
Yes, sir.
With me. I'm just happy to see another new day and another new year.
Amen.
And I agree with what the young lady just said. It's like the values and the priorities have gotten crossed up. And I came up in that era where I started noticing that the studious and the men of scholarship started being looked at as lame and squares. And the dope dealers started looking at it, and the street people, the thugs and the roughnecks started being looked at as a catch. And so character went out the window. I mean, in this era right now, you hear women and people talk about swag, but you don't hear nothing about character. You hear about the bags.
Yeah.
You hear different people going back and forth about relationships, and you ask a woman, would you rather get with a man that's faithful and making average money or a wealthy man that cheats? And they say, I want that wealthy man that cheats. Oh, so do you expect that cheater to take care of you if you ever get sick or have a car accident and get paralyzed? Instead, you expect that wealthy cheater to be more faithful to you when you really need that significant other? These people are getting together for the wrong reasons.
Yep.
And they're picking partners for the wrong reasons, and they're creating life for the wrong reasons. And when they get married and get divorced, these wrong reasons still keep them getting married and getting more divorces, married and more divorces. Then you got some people, they're not getting married for those reasons. They only get married because they don't want to be lonely. And I can understand that. But you still have to make sure the character of the person that you are marrying is that person that you would need when in that time of sickness and health. when they talk about that in the vows, somebody's gonna still be there.
Exactly. It's responsibility.
It's really hard for people to get with. I ain't gonna say it's hard, but people are mainly getting with people for the wrong reason. But I can understand them getting with somebody because you don't want to be lonely. Because I can honestly admit, in these last, I'll say 7 or 8 years, man, I know so many people that have been found dead in their homes alone.
Wow.
After days and days, people didn't check on them. They didn't have that significant other, whether he was even a good friend or companion that would just call and check on them every day. They didn't have that.
Yeah.
So I get it. Relationships are necessary, but you got to understand your reason for really wanting to be with somebody. It can't be just because they look good and they fine.
Exactly. Leonard, good morning, sir. How you doing this morning?
Good morning, Raheen, and the Morning Glow family. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year to you, sir. Happy New Year to you. Man, look at here. What you've been listening to the conversation, man. I know you've been on with this for a minute, man. What's on you? I wanted you let you listen to what was going on with it now that you got the gist of it. What's on your heart, brother? What are you hearing? Are we right? Are we wrong?
Well, I've been listening. It's not to judge right or wrong because I'm really not sure what you're speaking about, but people have let you know how they feel about things. Whether right or wrong, it is a feeling.
Have we lost relationships? Have we lost the art of relationships?
No, I don't think the people. So some people ain't never had them.
Wow.
So you have to really clarify, because the people who are relationship worthy still know how to have them.
Relationship worthy. Okay. Okay. Go ahead.
Because everybody don't deserve somebody. You understand?
So some folks just
Some
need to be
folks
by
simply
themselves.
are not eligible.
Leonard, you saying some folks just need to be by themselves.
Yeah. It's quite evident. You don't just be with somebody just to be with them just because. Why are you with somebody? To make their life hell or to give them a taste of heaven? Which one?
Wow. That's good.
Be very leery of them people that come into your life to do that. To make your life hell. And don't keep dealing with it day after day after day.
That's what I was about to ask you, Leonard. Why is it, if a person once they recognize and realize that fact that the person is in their life to cause hell, why do they stay so long? Or why do they stay longer?
Well, you never know. Some people maybe don't want to be alone.
I
Some
can
people
do
may
bad
be
by
using
myself.
that person. Somebody may be using that person. Yeah, he beat me, but he do pay the bills.
Wow.
I'm just saying, some people got situations that they have gotten themselves into. You should spend most of your time, if you don't like what's going on, getting out of that situation.
Yeah.
I'm a strong believer in that. Because, for instance, I'll walk away from you in a minute, a moment. I can pretend you don't even exist.
Wow. Good deal. Good deal. Tucson, talk to me, brother.
I wanna thank Leonard for coming in, because I don't feel so cut.
Really? Not really?
You see, I did it again, didn't I?
So you're saying he poured the knife a little bit out your back, man. He poured it out a little bit.
He did. He didn't leave me out there to hang dry. This, I don't know how we got here talking about our resolutions.
Yes.
But I think part of resolving some of the issues is having some of the conversations that are necessary.
Yeah.
Because I think, and just me, we can't say that we're not in a mess. And then our mess is not getting any better. Here's one thing that I will say, and I shut up. We better grab some of these older folks.
Yeah.
That are going off the scene. They're not crazy, because whatever they did worked.
Yeah.
And some of the things that they did kept it together. And some of our younger generation that's coming up, they think the older people were stupid. But if that's so, then why are we so dysfunctional?
Wow. What happened?
And I'll leave that right there.
Good deal. Good deal. Well, let me go. Before I get out of here, let me go to Shanavia. Shanavia, what's on your heart, sis? Talk to me.
I don't know if I have anything additional to add, because I think that would take us into a whole another 2-hour segment. But the conversations are necessary. Relationships are not a one size fit all.
Are the relationships?
And I'll double down for whatever.
Are the relationships in this day and time, are they healthy? Are they healthy relationships, do you think?
I think that depends on the individual. I don't think all of them are toxic, but just like any relationship for any generation at any time, you're going to have your good and your bad. I just think that we live in such a society that everything is on display for everyone to see and judge and give their 2 cents on it, versus, 20, 30 years ago or 40 years ago, when if you were having problems in your relationship, you didn't run to Facebook or social media to talk about it, get people's opinion on it, get mad at their opinion, and then be like, my man, or my woman, my woman. So it's more so for the world to see and have a comment on now, versus when it pre-social media era.
Good deal.
You could just talk to your girlfriends, on Sunday after church or something, and be like, girl, guess what he did now? or talk to your homeboys at the barbershop.
Yeah.
But we don't do that. We run the social media. So it does seem that there are more toxic and unhealthy relationships. But I do believe that people can unlearn those toxic traits because you learned them from somewhere. It was embedded in you from somewhere. And whether people agree with it or not, my theory is a lot of our relationship traits, good or bad, are learned from our childhood. We are creatures of environment.
Yeah.
And so sometimes it takes us getting out of an unhealthy relationship in order to look back and be like, well, dang, hold up. I'm starting to act like mama, or I'm starting to act like dad, or this is the way that it was done in my household. So again, I go back to what I said, learn, unlearn, relearn once you see the pattern, and let's get out of this identity crisis.
Exactly. Cassandra, have social media, because it's been said on here a couple of times throughout the broadcast this morning, that social media has lended its hand in the shaping of relationships in this day and time. Do you find it to be true?
Did you call me?
Yes, Cassandra.
Yeah. Okay. Absolutely, social media has played a huge part in the way that people look at relationships. That's why you have to be an independent thinker. I think, I don't know, somebody said they don't let anything that happens inside their house be affected by outside factors.
Yes.
And that's the way I am. I don't care what everyone else is thinking as far as their opinions on certain things. There are some things that I will not be moved off of it, no matter what social media says. So if social media is good in a way, but then if you use it wrongly, or if you let it influence you unduly, then you're going to be in trouble. Because some of the things that they're saying, especially when it comes to relationships, especially the younger generation, they all in believing the hype instead of really finding out what relationships about on their own, not being influenced by really anybody else. But you seek that out with God about your relationships on your own.
Yes.
Because every relationship is different. The dynamics for every relationship is different. So then we have to learn what works for me might not work for the next person.
Yeah, exactly.
So we need to find out what works in relationships for us. Those of you in here that have been married long periods of time, you had to figure out what buttons you didn't want to push, what buttons were a good push. So we learn people by having individual contact with that person. So, that's just my thing. I mean, that's going to be my stand forever. Every relationship is different. There are no cookie cutter relationships.
Exactly.
So don't be influenced by what anybody else is saying, what anybody else is doing.
That's good.
Find out for yourself between you and God and that person.
There you go. Badger, talk to me.
Man, that's a very valid point. No two relationships can be exactly the same because we are humans. We're individuals in many situations. We've discussed on here that my household is matriarchal. A lot of people don't agree with that, but it works for us, right? So it's just one of those things. And some people view that term as, saying that the men in a matriarchal society are weak. That's not true either.
Good.
So it's just one of those things. When it comes to relationships and it comes to men and women, we have to we have to decide, especially us adults, what's toxic, what's not, and what are the things we should pass on to the younger generation.
That's
We have
good.
plenty of examples in this world of how not to be. Instead of continuing those teachings, let's stop them. And until then, it's just keeps being a rinse and repeat.
Let me go. Jordan, are you there?
Yes, sir. I'm here.
What if you had to name one main ingredient one main ingredient that would have to go into making a healthy relationship, what would that ingredient be?
Humility.
Mm.
Number 2 would be respect.
Mm-hmm. Now I said one. Now see you taking somebody
I
else's.
think that humility and respect. I think that for men, my father taught me that respect is the currency of men.
Mm-hmm.
Some men would rather you respect them than love them, because how they view themselves and how they're viewed in society, their reputation matters just that much to them. And I think as women, we have to keep that in mind sometimes in our zest to be independent or to have a voice. Sometimes we step out of the boundaries of what is considered respectful. And I think that it's not always necessary. You can get your point across without, being disrespectful or without being offensive in any way. And it goes back to what somebody else said. You have to choose the person who works for you. Choose the person who fits into your life. Oftentimes we want what we want. We get it, and then we try to get it to conform. But the problem with people is people are not so easily to conform.
Yeah.
Because we are free thinkers, it's not the best practice. Find somebody who meets the needs that you have, somebody who can tolerate the worst parts of you, and that you can tolerate the worst parts of, because none of us are perfect.
That's good. That's good. Let's get Rico. Talk to me. What is that one ingredient that is a must in a healthy relationship?
Man, I love what she was just saying, man, and I'm gonna go along with balance. And I expect that most people would realize that with balance, that means that you got to have some give and take.
Yeah.
/ cooperation. / being willing to sacrifice. / being willing to stand your ground. Having that balance, being a compliment to that significant other. And mainly, like I said, looking at that compassion, because there may be a time that you may marry someone that you have children with, but they don't have good mothering qualities. There may be a time that a woman may marry a man and he is a good provider, but he like to go upside your head when he get mad. He doesn't know how to control his anger. He doesn't know how to treat people the way he want to be treated. He just knows how to respond emotionally because he wants his way, and he was taught that a man is just the man is the leader of the house. Like he's the ruler of the house. So you can have some toxic, upbringings going on. I think about what Badger said about being in the household where the woman is really, the one that wears the pants. In some situations that he might be the best compliment for a woman like that. So, like I said, I like what Joy said, you really have to find somebody that compliments you, but at the same time that the reason and the purpose behind that compliment isn't built on material or superficial gain, but the long sustainment of life.
Yes, that's good. That's good. Stanley, what is that one ingredient that you know of that is absolutely a must? That's absolutely a must in regards to a relationship. Taylor, come to you next.
Love. You gotta love somebody you're in a relationship with, because love conquers a lot of things. If you're in a relationship for anything other than love, you're in it just for security, or if you're in it for the physical aspects of it, and you don't love that person, you're wasting time. You gotta have love, because love will overcome any doubts you may have, any mistrust you may have, any circumstances. Love should overcome the majority of that. So I think you got to have love in a relationship, if nothing else.
Good deal. Good deal. We just lost Taylor, so we're gonna go to Leonard. Leonard, what is that one of the ingredients that's the absolute must, man? You got to have this if you're gonna have a healthy, and I do mean a healthy relationship. What is that one ingredient?
I would definitely say integrity. There's nothing worse than somebody that don't take responsibility, or that you got to keep your eye on, or that you can't trust. You don't have to be with anybody. Be with somebody that, like the young lady said before, that meets your needs.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's what's key in any relationship. And I don't know how it got so difficult, but I think it has a lot to do with selfishness.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I bet you can't love me more than I can love you. That's
Wow.
what it's about.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Good deal. And my wife, she's actually watching on TikTok, and she said understanding. And Lord knows it take a lot of understanding with a fellow like me, boy. Tucson, she had to have a lot of understanding to deal with me, because I could be a piece of work. I could be a piece of work. So she said understanding. So I could understand what she mean when she said that, when she dealing with a fellow like me for 27 years. Lord Jesus, Lord Jesus. And oh Lord, she said amen, laugh out loud. Tucson, talk to me, brother.
Um, no, that mercy. When I was listening to everybody, what I thought about was discernment.
Mm-hmm.
And why I say that is we live in a society, and I'm talking to me, that we live, and others, that we live in a me, my, and I society. But
Mm-hmm.
we got to figure out when it's not about you. And there are sometimes that it ain't about you. It's about the other person.
Mm-hmm.
And when we try to figure to discern when it's not your moment, because we try to make every moment ours.
Come on. Come on.
When it's not your moment,
Mm-hmm.
then you got to figure out how to make it somebody else's,
Yes.
so that you can stop being so dysfunctional.
Mm-hmm.
And then if we can't discern when it's not, then we always continue with the cycle that we always have been, and we continue to make the same mistakes.
Revolving door.
So that's what I was.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just saying.
And Adam on TikTok, Adam said, and Cassandra, I want you to comment on this. Cassandra, you there? We might have lost Cassandra. Leonard, I'm gonna let you comment on this one, Leonard. Um, Adam said, I've been married 25 years. Love is not a feeling, but a choice. Do you agree with that?
Yes. But excuse me, is that last word you said chore?
Choice.
Choice. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Wow.
Yes, I agree.
So at what point does love go from being a feeling to a choice?
It's because one, every single day, it can be tried. Every single day. Every single day ain't a great day.
Mm-hmm.
Some of the days other people call, some of the days you get on the wrong side of the bed. And you're
Yeah.
going to be challenged every day. And that's what makes it stronger over time.
Mm-hmm.
And you recommit yourself to that every day.
Mm-hmm.
You choose to do that. Marriage is not the end. A lot of folks can tell you that, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes it ain't forever, especially if you don't work at it.
Wow.
So you have to choose to do that.
Mm-hmm.
Really choose to do that.
Mm-hmm. That's good.
Because it takes work.
Mm-hmm.
And that's, I think, what he probably means when he mentions that as choice.
Mm-hmm. That's good. That's good. Well, we're about to get out of here, man. It's been a great broadcast. We actually over 19 minutes, but that's okay, man. I think we helped some people along the course. But Leonard, there's some people, man, that tuned in. Maybe they got here about 8 o'clock. Maybe they got here about 8:30, 8:45, whatever the case. And they say, I wonder what they talked about in the beginning of this thing, man. We missed something. We missed something. Leonard, is there an opportunity? Because they want to see the rest of the broad. They want to see it in its entirety. Is there any way they could do that, Leonard?
Yes, indeed. If they did not get a chance to hear the show in its entirety, they can log on to www.dkmmediagroup.com at 3 o'clock Eastern today.
Good deal. Good deal. Toussaint.
Hey, Raheen.
Yes.
I want to say a special shout out and Happy New Year to all the ladies today I see online.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yeah, yeah. It's a lot of them that join us this morning, man. And I hope this conversation that we had today helped them in some kind of way. I certainly do. But Tucson, pray us out, sir.
All
Pray
right.
us out, sir.
Let's bow. God our Father, we come now and we say thank you. We praise you and honor you and give you glory for who you are without you doing anything, because we've come to this point in our lives as we look back at our lives at this last year and years before. You've been real good. You've been better to us than we've been to ourselves, and we've been better to us than we've been to you. Now, as we got a fresh start, we ask for wisdom, knowledge, understanding to do your will, like your son said, not our will, but let your will be done in our lives. Uh, Touch, heal, set free, deliver, give us a renewal and a fresh start, that everything that we do, our desire is for you to get the glory. Thank you for what we've discussed. Thank you for this brand new chance, a new opportunity to make you a part of our lives. And then we be a part of what your mission is, to let our light so shine and lift you up that men be drawn to you. We bless you. We thank you. We give you glory, honor, and praise in Jesus' name. Amen.
Amen. All right. We're about to get out of here for today. Again, I want to thank everybody for joining us. And more than that, thank you for allowing DKM Media Group and Associates and the Raheen Ashimi Show for being a part of your day. It is now, 10:22. You're about to exit the Raheen Ashimi Show. But before you go, I want you to do me two favors, if you will. One, I want you to continue to pray for us, because we are certainly praying for each and every one of you. Number two, why this is real simple, I want you to go out there, find somebody, and give them a hug, because you never know. It could be the only hug that they get, or it could very well be their last. Love you, and ain't nothing you can do about it. Have a great day and a better tomorrow. That we shine some of this light on you from the Raheen Ashimi Show. Take it out there into this
Goodbye.
wicked and cruel world that we live in, and let your light so shine. If you get an opportunity, give somebody some love. You just might find some love in return. Won't that be a beautiful thing? Have a great day. Take care of each other, and please, please, please be blessed. Give somebody some love and truth. They would appreciate it, and I'm sure that you would as well. Have a great day. Talk to you tomorrow morning on the Morning Glow, if God says the same. Have a great day, y'all. Love you. Get ready. I want you to get ready. Only thing I want you to do is to be ready. This is the broadcast that will talk about open and honest conversations every time we come live. I want you to get ready. Get ready, prepare yourself. Things happen all the time. There's always things coming at us. Get ready, strap your seatbelt on real tight, and get ready, because you are embarking in. This is
The Raheen Ashimi Show.